Going on, everybody? So it's your boy Negrito Grande. So pretty much I'm hosting the show, and the topic today will be how foreign women are used by their husbands to pimp Americans for their money. Now, speak on my experiences, and I got my boys on the line. I got James, and I have Malik as well too. So, if you guys have any experiences with this or not, y'all want to jump on this topic, just get at me in my inbox, and I'll add you to the Google Hangout. So, as you guys know me, I'm currently in Mexico right now. My man James, he's in the Dominican Republic, and I have my man Malik. What's your location right now?
I live in the States, but I travel
Okay,
occasionally.
cool.
I live in
Cool. So
Texas.
we pretty much, we are travelers, international, so Malik has been, a ton of different places and countries. Me, I only touched down in Mexico. I'm planning on traveling in different countries as well in the future. And my man James, have you been anywhere else besides the Dominican Republic and Mexico?
I haven't been yet, but I'm actually planning a trip in a couple months to Cartagena, and then after that, I need to go back to the States to get my visa to go to Brazil.
Mm. Nice. So I just want to say out there for all of you Dominicans out there or any other foreign women, I may offend you, but I do stand by my point. And my whole point is this. I'm like the domino effect, and this is what I believe in. Yes, I do tend to generalize to keep myself safe on high possibilities. So if one person fucks up, it's your job to go get up in their ass and pretty much tell them, "Hey, that shit ain't cool," because because you're a reflection of all of us. That's how I learned, and that's how it is. That's just like me here in Mexico. I'm like damn near only black dude, but anything that I do, I'm a reflection on the rest of the brothers in the states and the locals eyes out here in Mexico. So I gotta hold it down, gotta be on my P's and Q's, and I gotta be on my best behavior because the next group of blacks that come out here, the locals are gonna probably think, wow, well, that group is probably just like the other nice guys. So let's give them a chance. The domino effect. So anyway, so I'm gonna start off with my situation. Me being here in Mexico. So how do I feel about foreign women pretty much being pimped out to their husbands to pimp American men out of their money when they go to different countries? Well, check this out. Me personally, I had a situation a few weeks ago. I'm here in Mexico. My home girl that I personally know, I usually go see her family, and we're just really cool. So what had happened is that she hits me up on Facebook, and she's like, "I need some money," but I told her like, "Look, if you want to come out here to TJ, because you have to really look at it in certain parts of Mexico, it's very village like, so they don't really get to travel throughout the country like that. So I mean, me being a decent dude or whatnot, and I do have or I did have the money to bring her out here, pay for her airplane ticket and whatnot, just to kind of show her around the urban lifestyle in Mexico. So I felt bad, so I told her that I'll buy her the ticket. She's like, "No, just send me the money and yada yada yada." I'm like, "Nah, that's not happening." Because for one, I mean, us being Americans, we have woken up, especially for us brothers that travel and brothers that share their experiences, with these foreign women. I have to protect myself. So me, usually I do everything, through my bank account. So that way I can keep track of all of my transactions. So I told her like, "Look, it's no problem. I'm gonna just put you on the plane. Just give me your name and info and I'll book your flight." She's like, "No, no, no, no. Just send me the money and I'll go by bus." And then I'm like, "Bus? That'll take like fucking 4 days to a week to get out here." Like, man, look, it's like for one, I'm thinking in my head, why are you arguing with me? Like, I'm trying to bring you out here, and I'm paying for it, for you can, see the outside world of your from your village. So we're going back and forth. So now she's throwing me a bunch of red flags, and I'm thinking like, man, I don't know, this seems pretty fishy. So after I told her, "No, look, it's either I do this or it's a no. It's a no go. It's my way, or you about to just be there in your village, and I'm gonna just say fuck it, pretty much. So I had to get buck on her a little bit, and I told her like, look, keep it 100 with me. Like, why do you really need this money? You know, because she's really just trying to get cash on hand. And then she's like, okay, okay, okay. My cousin, in quotation marks, is in jail. That right there, like, come on, man. For one, man, yes, my mentality did go back, and I retaliated, but in my mind, like, what the fuck? Like, how does that sound? Me bailing out a nigga out of jail? Like, you got me fucked up. Like, nah, that's not the way it goes. You're not about to play me like Booba the Fool. So my reaction to her was like, look, I don't bail out no dudes out of jail, for one, and for two, especially if this dude is your baby daddy, or your side piece and this and that. Like, that's just how I grew up. We don't bail other niggas out of jail, especially if it's a female that's trying to bail out a dude. Like, I don't know how y'all East Coasters do it, or y'all from the South that do it, but I'm from the West Coast. I'm from California. So that that's a no-go, even if that was her real cousin. I don't know. I'm like, nah, fuck it. If he did the crime, he better do the crime. He better do the time. That's just the way I look at it. Like, shit, he'll survive, he'll make it. But that's the way I looked at it. So I told her, like, nah, fuck that. I just went ham. Like, nope. Like, I blocked her on Facebook. Like, you ain't about to sit up here and play me like Boo the Fool like that. Like, nah. And like, I even posted it on my YouTube, and like, I got over like 200 comments. Everybody's saying the same fucking thing. She probably that's probably her baby daddy. She probably got kids with him. He just trying to run game on her, and pretty much this and that. So, and that's what really made me bring up this topic. Like, man, a lot of other brothers from the Dominican Republic and other different countries, when they go out and visit these foreign countries, these women tend to, harass them about, mándame, 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 like mándame the dinero, like, like for what? And
No.
next, no, hold on, I'm almost finished. Hold on, your voice, your opinion. And next thing you know, with my homeboys, these fucking women are married or got boyfriends that they're giving money back to. That's kind of fucked up, because again, if that happened to him, that can happen to all of us. So again, I know I'm gonna offend a lot of Dominican women or any kind of other women out there, but y'all need to knock that shit off. If it's that serious, then why not just get with the original that has the money if you need the money, and make the best out of it. You know what I mean? Rather than just, being pimped by, your husband or this and that. And, I know you love him, this and that, but it's like, fuck that. We're at the point where we're adapting to the culture the more we go out there. Me being here in Mexico, si hablo español, like, and I know Latin American countries are very similar in similar ways. So I don't know. That's just my little piece on it or whatnot. But if you want to come at me and counter strike it, hey, please do. I will love for a debate, and you can let me know what's on your mind. So I'm gonna start with James. How do you feel about that, man?
So my homegirl, she actually brought up a good point. She said that he might not even be in jail. Now, one thing you got to remember is sometimes the chulo can be anybody. The chulo can be
a famous cousin.
Yeah, so it's always the famous cousin, like she said. And we both of us, we actually see that down here a lot. A guy comes, falls in love with a girl, and the quote-unquote chulo who happens to have a motorcycle that drops her off. Guys will actually drop their girl or wife off at your house.
Niggas is wild.
Let you fuck them. And then, oh, hey, my friend, hey, I need some money, this and this. My baby's sick, my grandma's sick, my auntie's sick. Somebody's always sick. Somebody's always having problems. And, that's really common out here. Now, something a Dominican guy told me is you can't beat tradition and you can't beat culture. And you mentioned culture. Well, being a chulo is actually part of the culture in and of itself. Some of these women.
Pause. can I just stop you just because I'm completely unaware of the lingo you guys use out there. So can you break down what a chulo is? Because out here I think it's called cholo, but I don't know in the Dominican Republic. Ustedes usan la palabra.
Okay, let me tell
How
you
do
what
you say it?
chulo is. The chulo is always a famous cousin you're gonna meet or the brother where whoever else. He's there, he's in the house, cooking, cleaning, drop her off on the street, pick her up after she finished to do her prostitution, just to make sure that you have a new Jordans every week, new
So it's a
t-shirt,
pimp.
new jeans, and other stuff. You're always gonna see the chulo so nice, always
So the
clean,
chulo is the
all that.
pimp, correct?
Exactly. So it's the guy who she taking care of it. I have my neighbor, she have 4 kids with the guy. And the guy have 2 kids with another woman. She's on the street every night and she taking care of the guy, the kids, and the guy kids also.
Damn, that's wild. I need to get out
Home
there.
every
I'm
day,
fucking with you.
changes clothes like 5 times in a day, drinking beer and other stuff, and she have to buy him perfumes. And another things, when the girls went like hang out with a tourist, they came back with no money. The chulo gonna beat them up because they supposed to bring money to the house. That's why they always get crazy to find money because if they came home with no money, they're gonna say, yes, it's because you do like that fucking guy, that American or German or whatever. Simple as
And
that.
so if I may intervene and ask you a question, so with James saying that being a chulo or to us a pimp is
Exactly.
part of the Dominican Republic culture. It's embedded in the culture.
Yes. Almost all Dominican women that I know, well, while I was working before, they have the boyfriend in the jail. They have to hang out with American guys. They have American guys who taking care of them to buy stuff for the guy. So you're taking care of them when they tell you the baby's sick, but it's because the guy asked them for new Jordan or new Adidas sandals or something like that.
Okay, so
Because Dominican guys don't work. The women work for them.
wow, that is amazing.
Not
Wow.
just
Crazy.
So continue. No,
simple.
continue. I was letting you finish.
Hmm. Well, I'm gonna give you a funny story. I had my friend, his name is Mark. He been married for 10 years with that woman. They have 2 kids together. So his father
Hmm.
died and he went to Bermuda actually because he's from Bermuda, not the state, to fix some stuff because his father leaves some money and stuff like that. So he been out of the
Hmm.
country for years. But the wife live in Santiago with the kids. He used to send me money to send it to her wife, his wife, or things like that. So all the time I used to go in Santiago to visit the kids, give him the money, what he sent for him. And it been a while that every time I go,
Wow.
I see nobody. I never see the woman. So I asked, I say, Junior, where's your mom? He said, I don't know. My mom is not here. I said, okay. So one day I went to Santiago with some friends just to hang out. And I said, well, let me pass to visit them. Like, it doesn't wasn't my plans actually. When I went
Hmm.
there, I see a pregnant woman with a big stomach. I said, what the fuck? When she see me, she say, oh, it's not what you think it is. It's just I went to the clinic and I buy a sperm and blah, blah, blah. I say, really? So you think your husband gonna believe that bullshit? She say, no. I say, so why you think I'm gonna believe that bullshit then?
Wow, that is amazing. So let me just give you an example, and I'm just hypothetically speaking. So, because I know out here in the, or I'm gonna just speak on the West Coast, we got a bunch of pimps out here, and the pimp game is real strong. And these niggas is muy bravo, tan bien bravos con su pinche putas. ¿Me entiendes?
Sí, te entiendo perfecta.
Por ejemplo, hold on, espérame. Por ejemplo, see, if I was to go out there, if I was one of those pimps from the West Coast, from LA, Los Angeles, the king of gangbangers, and I happen to run into these fine ass Dominican women, and I'm like, fuck that nigga, he ain't shit. Him on y'all, I'm about to knock you up. And if that nigga, if you want to catch that fade, and he won't promise, nigga, I got my bang on me. What's happening? So pretty much,
How about that? They don't give a fuck about that. These motherfuckers out here.
Hold on, okay, hey, hold on. Let me finish. Damn, can I finish my scenario, please? So if
Yeah.
I'm giving you a hypothetical example. So if a California pimp was to come out there and not knock up, a chick that has a chulo or a pimp from the Dominican Republic, then go.
You're dead. You're dead. But some tourists are just very intelligent. Like some tourists who've been having some experience coming here, though, can be like a bad pimp, by example.
Verga.
Yeah, because at the hotel it was a guy from, I think he's, what the heck? I think he was from Texas. No, Denver, Colorado. That's where Raymond came from. So he rent that woman for $500 from the husband.
Damn.
For a week. He give the husband the $500, so he take the woman with him at the hotel. Beautiful woman. Very beautiful woman. Oh, that's business. So I don't know what happened with the guy. Maybe he was drunk, so he came all drunk at the restaurant because the hotel was behind the restaurant actually. So he came with a big machete and stuff like, oh, I need my wife back and this and that. When you see the guy, the American guy, so he tried to fight with him, but the guy don't have a gun on him. So he put the gun on the husband's mouth. That guy pee on himself.
God, wow.
You want your pussy back? Give me my $500 back. Simple as that. Because until you don't pay me, I'm gonna fuck your wife every day until I leave that country. He even said nothing. He was crying and he just left. And guess what? He spent a whole week with the girl, and he said, guess what? You know what? For my $500 and your husband disrespect me, I'm gonna fuck you in the ass, in the ear, in the mouth, everywhere. I'm gonna send you everywhere. And he said, because after he left, that guy even couldn't walk when the husband comes to pick her up with the motorcycle.
Does the woman have any
wow.
say? So if the
Welcome
woman's
to DR or Mexico.
The reason why I bring this up because like I told you before, I have a lot of friends that to the DR on a normal basis, and of course they have all these stories and they share them with us. So I'm thinking I'm just trying to relate the same situations in all these different countries. So the DR, you guys have the most incredible stories, especially in the pay for play zone, or in La Zona Norte, or de putas pues. And it's crazy. And me, American, I'm just trying to watch out for my brothers out here from the USA when they go out and travel, because again, estoy en México y esta es mi tierra ahora, ¿me entiendes? And I'm just tired of hearing these stories that my brothers is continuously getting fucked over. It's like we're at the bottom of the dooster, but at the same time, we do carry a lot of power because of our nationality and our green dollars, and I'm just trying to educate my brothers on that. Like in the Dominican Republic, ustedes tienen su cultura y si hablan, español y cosas lindas y bla, bla, bla. Para nosotros aquí en México, es igual. Like, I know the culture, but again, if I was to come out to the Dominican Republic, I wouldn't want no problems. Or of course, I might have to somehow get that strap.
Yeah, like over.
The simple things, never believe the cousin.
Yeah. And another thing that I've been learning out here, and she's actually been showing me, is people will kill you for anything. I'm talking about $1, like $1, less than that. Hey,
you went for 100 pesos, 50 pesos, $5.
Yeah, 50 pesos, which is a little bit over $1. People will blow your motherfucking brains out. This is not. It's not a game out here. So when you're dealing with
I hear you,
women
brother.
and stuff like that, like I mean, people have killed in broad daylight, chopped up. You've seen some crazy
But
shit,
you
right?
never been like hang out with a prostitute and you didn't pay her right, and the husband come to get the rest of the money.
Oh yeah. So yeah, if you're hanging out with a prostitute, you didn't pay her right, her husband will come and get the rest of the money.
Wow, you know that's really funny. So let me ask you this because I don't know the rules of the Dominican Republic, but I know out here to an extent in Mexico, everything is all about. So you can pretty much get away with murder out here for the right price. So is it the same in the Dominican Republic, which I'm guessing it is? Because again, if you guys are killing over one dead president, a George Washington, a $1 bill, then it's a lot of motherfuckers hurting out there to the maximum. So does those same rules apply out there, person off and get away with anything?
What's your opinion on this? Because we already know the answer. Money talks. Money talks out here. Now there are some
So it is.
So yeah, there's some circumstances where money isn't going to get you out of everything, but it also depends on where you're from. Like I think a Dominican with money versus an American with money are two different things because they automatically assume
Even
that you
the
have more money.
Dominican with money want the Americans with money.
Yeah.
Because pesos is never gonna be like the dollars.
Yeah.
And something funny about Dominican women is they always think like, oh, American guys they see is rich. Like I told them, I say, listen, something very simple. You see, $100 is 4,700 pesos here. But when they go back to the state, it's $100. They can change it. So not because you see Americans say, by example, okay, I'm gonna stay for a week and I'm gonna spend $1,000. If fuck you do like the pussy, give you $100. That doesn't make you rich for that because when you go back home, you're gonna have to work and make that money back. So they always like, if I ask him for $500, that's not gonna be too much money. If I ask him for $1,000, that's not gonna be too much money. I say, well, really? You think it's a train the state like they just go and just take the money from it? They're not gonna work and nothing like that. So Dominicans women always love when it's a guy just came from the state. When it's a black American, the first time in the state came from India, oh Jesus, they're gonna rep this guy because they know he's gonna pay great. They have $300 they ask for. They don't know the country yet. Of course, they're gonna give it to you.
Yeah.
But until they see that guy speaking with another American guy who used to came all the time here, they're gonna hate that old American guy for life because they know the business get fucked up already.
Yeah. Yeah, like that's one thing. A lot of brothers come down here and completely overpay. They think they're big shots. They don't need to listen to anybody. And they're pretty much overpaying for everything.
And they rob them also.
Oh, and they get robbed too. So all you brothers that don't want to come down here and like ask people beforehand, you're going to get robbed. Like, I mean, one way or another. But like I said, even the husband will rob you. Like, there's been instances where the girls will set you up and the so-called boyfriend or the motorcycle guy will run up into your house and take all your shit and tie you up and just do whole bunch of really fucked up stuff.
Two type of women in DR actually. The one who hang out with guy for money and the one who hug you and take the money, rob you.
Yeah.
Because in some prostitutes, you're never gonna see them hanging out with the men because they rob tourists. Actually, they don't fuck with tourists.
So let me ask you this, and this is going back to the culture aspect of it. So when you said that the whole pimp game is embedded into the culture of the Dominican Republic, now what traits pimps like how is that interaction when it comes to the pimp and the girl? I'm just trying to learn, I'm just trying to learn the basic aspects and just understand and make sense of it. So for example, you guys would choose native pimps from from the Dominican Republic versus an outsider, which is a person from a different country. But let's say, for example, if that foreigner treats you, special, he makes you smile, and of course, he does everything you like, you fall in love with him. So there's no way possible that you'll choose the foreigner over the native pimp to the Dominican Republic.
No, so more like I'd say 99 times out of
I
100.
was asking her.
Sorry.
I want her input.
About that is, in a 100%, maybe the 99% always gonna have a chulo. It's nothing you can do about that. You can take them
True
to
love, meaning
them
the pimp or the foreigner, or it varies.
Yeah, so
There's no way. They're still gonna have a Dominican guy to fuck. In 99, in 100%, maybe 1% of them will fall in love and stuff like that. But trust me, the chulo, the famous cousin Robert, the cousin Philip, the brother, even the father, don't trust them. The father can be a special dad also.
Damn.
Hey, I got a question. Do the women, do they want to be pimped out, or is it a situation where they love the men? They're chulos. Are they in love with these men? Why do they not have a say as to whether or not they want to be pimped out, or is it the only way that they can make money?
I think they have the chulo. Just I even know why, because sometimes I ask them why. Some tell me, oh, because you have a big dick. Sorry for what I say.
No, Marvin. No me digas eso. Mira, espérame. Si quiero hablar un momentito, por favor. Mira, aquí en Estados Unidos, toda la gente sí, quizás es una broma o algo, pero en Estados Unidos...
She's telling you the truth. That's true.
No, sí, ok, está bien, estoy diciendo, escúchame, ya, relájate, solo diciendo. Mira, toda la gente siempre dicen la misma cosa. Como, ay, son grandísimos de Estados Unidos, sus pinchepitos y ya, bla, 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 bla. Pero es como originales de Estados Unidos, los negros de aquí. Entonces...
And almost all the time, the guy is younger than them. He's very young guy. And I don't know. I think Dominican women like when the men treat them bad because they're always in love with the bad guy. Actually, you don't beat them up all the time. Beat them very bad.
What has we?
So they even know why they have it. Sometimes they tell me it's because they have a big thing, or sometimes I don't know. They just.
I'm gonna tell you why, and y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, but this is the way I see it, because everybody might hate me for saying this, but Americans, our culture is so powerful. It has a global impact on the whole entire planet. So anything that we do, other countries tend to mimic us. So that whole saying about black guys got the biggest dicks, now that originated from the United States. Now hold on, espérame, un momentito, espérame, estoy hablando. Because I'm here in Mexico, and we even have blacks out here in Mexico, and like the women tell me, like, Americans, we want y'all because y'all got that thing. Y'all got that dragon slayer, like. But I'm like, well, y'all got blacks out here in Mexico, like native, los negros de Mexico, son Afro-Mexicanos. And they like, but they're not the same. I mean, you American brothers, man, y'all motherfuckers is packing. So I'm just like, estoy muy confundido. But like I said, so my point is that I think it's our culture fault, because again, we have the power to influence culturally, other countries, and now, treating the women bad. And, that's why I salute the thugs on that for fucking up like that, because now, we want to be this, we want to be that. And now that shit, it migrated to different countries like the Dominican Republic. They want to dress the same. They want to, do the same shit that we doing out here and this and that. So, I mean, hey, bad guys come in first place though, right?
Now,
how I see it.
You have to tell him
Now,
that they don't like to hang out with the black American that much. They prefer the white guy
yeah,
because it's easier money.
yeah, exactly.
No, no, no,
So
no, 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 no. You missed my point. Hold on, espérame un momentito. Mira, más fácil. What I said was that usually the pimps are the native Dominican men that are the black men, right?
Light skinned guys,
¿Verdad?
some guys.
Okay, so all right, so he's black, whatever. So my whole point is that
Those
our American culture carried
person.
on Republican, yes. And just like you just said right now, it's easier to hustle a white guy because he ain't on his toes. He ain't on his game. And of course, it's gonna be like that,
Yes, because they say the
I'm
white
making my
guy
point that
make $100 is gonna be easier money because he can fuck and all that stuff. But the black American is gonna pay $100. They're gonna have to work hard for it because they're gonna slap their ass and all that stuff. Those crazy position. They say, well, they prefer the white guy. The white guy can't do shit.
yeah, it's easier money.
Yes.
The white guys don't fuck that much, and they
Yes.
pay more. So I mean, but another thing that yeah, which is something common here. But another thing outside of just the Dominican, oh hey, he can fuck me like I like being fucked by the Dominican chulo. There's actually a few more things. Some of these girls get into the game early because their mothers put them in there. A saying that a friend told me is sometimes the mom is the biggest chulo. The mom will put some of these girls out there at a young age.
Yes, 13 years old, 12
yeah.
years old.
Yeah, sometimes they'll put their girls out there at 13, 12 years old, and then she might have multiple chulos. She has the boyfriend to take care of, the mom to take care of, sometimes the dad,
family.
the whole family. So the whole family's pimping her out. And the really crazy thing about it is, like, she might have a high school sweetheart that got her pregnant, or an older guy that might have gotten her pregnant. Because you see some of these 14-year-old girls date older Dominican dudes. You get the girl pregnant, and they expect the girl. Like you just had that happen. You saw that last week, where there's a 30-something-year-old guy, right?
Yep.
A 30-something-year-old guy living with a 14-year-old girl, and he beat the 14-year-old girl up because she left with a white guy and said that she came back with no money. Not because she left with the white guy, it's because she came back with no money. So you'll have these 30-something-year-old guys, with these, 14-year-old girls, chulos, upset that the 14-year-old isn't taking care of him. So, I mean, that's the really fucked up mindset that you see a lot here. So, I mean, there's a lot of different types of chulos. You've got the, I like the way he treats me chulo. I was, pretty much passed off to him by my mom chulo.
Chulo take them very young age. Sometimes they was 11 years old, 13, 12 years old.
Yeah, so sometimes the chulo takes them at, 11, 12. So they've been in the game since then. And that's a really really sad story, But you see it a lot here. And there's certain ones that are targeted. For instance, one thing we see a lot here is the European guys. The European guys typically go for the young girls. It's really sick. You see a lot of German guys and Italians going, for that. You don't see too many Americans, especially black men. Black men like grown women. You know what I mean?
Hey guys.
Yeah. Black men, they like grown women. That's what they're targeting. But the white guys, they're really into strange things, especially the German guys. German guys they have a reputation not only just in the DR, but to other places, for targeting stuff that wouldn't be allowed in their country. So, and like I said, you have chulos specifically for that too.
Damn, that's deep. Well, I mean, going back to the top topic though, I mean, I'm just thinking about, like, why trick a lot of American men money rather than actually being genuine with them? Or I mean, I don't know, maybe it's just the intentions of the women there, or just in general, or I mean, you need to elaborate on that para mí, porque no entiendo.
It's like the thing is, it's that old saying, the heart wants what the heart wants. So these women want the Dominican guy because the Dominican guy shares their culture. They share, the same type of upbringing. They share, usually they've known the chulo for years. So of course they're gonna love them. But at the same time, they need money. Either they legitimately need money or they need money to take care of him. So you're just a tool. You know what I mean? And like I said, they've been pretty much bred to be, money makers, so to speak. So it's like it's not something that you can reason with. You know what I mean? They're gonna do what they're gonna do,
Hmm.
and they're gonna love doing it, which is sad. But
Hmm.
Right? So they can find
Damn,
a
gotta
man
make their money, huh?
that, and when the man is not here, they still hang out as a
exactly,
prostitute.
exactly. So you can buy them a car, a house. We see that happen all the time. You can buy them
Got
the
me
world.
fucked up.
As soon as you leave the country,
Yes, they're on
she'll
the
bring a
street.
man. Yeah,
They're on the street.
they're on the street,
Or the chulo move in the house when
or
you
the
came
chulo
back.
will move in the house that you bought. Oh, that's just my brother. He's here temporarily.
No,
So
that's
so
called helping. Like it's very generous. While you're not here in the country,
That's wild.
I for you, giving her some service and
yeah,
just handle the stuff for you. That's all.
there's a lot of guys.
That's crazy.
There's a
That
lot of guys.
is
There's a
in a
lot of
way
guys
though.
that think,
I wish I was Dominican, a native Dominican.
Oh, because I know so many girls, they have their husband, they are married, the guy is in the state working, they living in a nice apartment, and the chulo living at the apartment also. So when the husband came back, because now the things are more difficult because some Americans start to know how the things work, so they came by surprise. So the chulo slept sometimes. He can't stay.
Mm.
Because before they used to say, "Baby, I'm coming on Friday," so they know on Friday the husband is coming, so the children had to go at the brother or mom house or something. But now they say the Black Americans just show up. Hey, baby, I'm here.
yeah,
Damn, boo with a
yeah.
fooling us.
So
Damn.
yeah, so like I said, a lot of brothers, we're getting
That's a
hip to
cold
the game.
game.
Yes, they just came by surprise.
Yeah,
They
so
even told you that they are at the airport.
Wow.
Pick them up. The
yep,
taxi, they knock on the door. Hey, baby, when you open the door,
yeah,
surprise.
and get caught with the chulo right there.
Oh, that's my brother, baby. He was just was giving me a massage. That's all.
Exactly. So I mean,
Man, damn. Well, damn, that's very interesting. I mean, like I said, me when into culture, I consider myself an anthropologist. I just kind of study different cultures and societies. That's why I'm here in Mexico. So it's just like, damn, when I'm hearing all of these stories, by these black dudes in these Facebook groups, I'm like, damn, the DR, they really operate like that though. Like, yeah, I know it could be worse, but I do have a lot of beautiful women out there. Let me tell you one thing. Me being out here in Mexico and being surrounded predominantly by a lot of beautiful women, it gets old, you know? And the only thing you can really look at is how they'll treat you or what they can offer to you genuinely or just in general. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? So it's like, yeah, okay, Mexican women son muy bonitas, pero ¿y qué? Entonces, ¿qué más? No lo
Yeah.
sé.
You know, my boss, he do had a Dominican woman. He sent her to have a lipo and fix her nose and other stuff. She's an all surgery person.
Got them Brazilian implants, huh? I'm fucking
Every
with you.
Monday, she used to come and I was supposed to give her a check for 10,000 pesos every Monday when Barry doesn't was in the country. And
Hmm.
10,000 pesos, she have two kids. She don't pay the kids school, the kids that's in college. He paying those stuff. And it's not even his kids. She live in a nice apartment, a car, and all that stuff. So she's not taking care of any bills, and she still have 10,000 pesos every Monday. So one day he came back. He was up front of the restaurant drinking some coffee, and the police show up and arrest him. So he
Damn.
was asking why, what happened. So we didn't know where they sent him because they just arrested him. They didn't tell us nothing. So when we call her, she said, "Yes, I'm the one who went to the police. So that's why they arrest him." So we ask her why. She said, "Well, because last night he beat me up." So I told him, I said, "Well, we just passed by your apartment like 30 minutes ago to give you the money for the electricity bills, and I see you and him was like Romeo and Juliet." "Oh yes, you don't know about it. Just don't get involved in that." I say, "Okay." So I tell her like I'm the one who is managed the restaurant when Barry's not here. Just tell me where it is. Like this, his mom gonna know where they say. She say, "Okay, he's in the capital." When we went to the capital, they asked for 5 million pesos to let him go. Ho is gonna be stay in the jail for 1 years. So he said, "Well, fuck that. I'm gonna stay in the jail for 1 year because I'm not gonna pay any bitch 5 million pesos because I didn't touch her." So she burned his passport.
Damn.
So when she burned his passport, what we do have to go to the consulate to check what is the last time he been in the country and stuff like that because he just came like 1 day ago, and she said it's been 3 months that he been beating her and all this stuff. So the process take like almost 2 weeks. Well, he been in the jail for 2 weeks. He became 5 millions to 500,000 pesos, and after that he turned to 25,000 pesos. We paid that 25,000 pesos. They let him go. So after that, she came crying, "Oh baby, I'm sorry, I didn't know what happened," and blah 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 and all those stuff. So what the lawyer told my boss is, "You know why she do that? The guy who arrested you, I'm pretty sure that she was fucking with her lawyer. So they make up plans to rob you, but it doesn't work. So now she gonna came, she gonna apologize to you. So it's up to you if you're gonna forgive her, you're gonna take that bitch back at your house again." So,
Damn, and somebody's beeping.
but the point
Still.
is, she been with a man for 4 years. He been giving you all
Mm-hmm.
that money every week. He didn't have a bank account, even make a passport, even do nothing. What she been doing with all that money? Because she doesn't been working, she doesn't was paying any bills. Oh, and the most funny thing is she even can write her name or sign something. She couldn't read what the document they gave it to her.
En serio?
Yes,
Ay,
and
qué
stereo.
madre.
I'm like, damn. So you have that money. She got the opportunity to have a bank account or find out to get a visa or something because 4 years with all that money every week, it's not 4 days, it's 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
But now he never talked to her any again and stuff like that. So she been on the street doing prostitution. The only thing that she have saved that she have a fake nose, a fake ass, a fake boobs. That's it. Oh, and
Damn.
also.
Pero, tiene ella?
Huh?
¿Cuántos años tiene ella?
I even know how old is she. I even think she know how old is she.
Damn. Y era
I even
americano. He was American, right?
was he's American actually.
Damn. Because the reason why I asked that because I know here in Mexico we just get a lot of foreigners in general, from Canada, Estados Unidos y otros países también, pero no tanto americanos aquí, solamente en Tijuana or in different partes de Mexico. But I'm guessing your guys' main tourists are Americans, though, right? Like the
Yeah,
majority
but
Americans.
for that woman actually. When he doesn't was here, she used to bring her friend, a friend. Well, yeah, whatever.
Hmm.
This guy, every time he came, he's always drank the more expensive wine and all those stuff. And when he came, when he came from the state, he's the one who gonna pay for the bills. So Me and my coworkers, we just was laughing at him. Like, look at our.
Uh-huh. That's crazy.
You're not supposed to do this in that way, Aisha. I used to say to myself, "You're right. Your bitch is cheating on you, and you even can see that. You're gonna tell me what she."
Oh, no me digas. You know, it's funny you said that because I was just talking to one of my homeboys and he told me his story when him and his friend had went to one of these bars in Sasua and then he seen these two fine ass girls, some guapísimas, and you know they were and they told him to come over there. You know they spoke a little bit of English, you know, más o menos. And I guess you know they were having a good time. They were buying the men were buying them drinks, and next thing you know he's thinking like, man, these girls are really genuine. They don't want no money. They're not whores. You know, no son putas y cosas así. And they brought him back to the hotel. You know, están cogiendo toda la noche, muy rico.
Oh,
Mañana, en la mañana, they was like, so we want $500 a piece. Dos dólares, no mames.
Oh, and
Ay, ay, ay.
sometimes they'll set you up with the police. Sometimes these police officers are in on it too.
but sometimes they ask you for a beer and they sit with you, and after that they tell you to pay them for their time. Something
Damn,
about the
but damn.
is non-women who gonna let
Imagine.
you talk and don't ask you for money. And get ready for your ass. She's gonna ask you for money since you go back to the state every week.
And I guess the girls were like, well, if y'all don't pay us, then we're going to call the police on y'all. So, of
Of
course,
course.
my friend going out there for his first time, he was like, fuck that. We got to play by their rules. Just take that as an experience learned and just take the loss on $1,000 because it was 500 for each girl. So, you know, mil dólares.
Wow.
Oh
See,
wow, they got gimped.
Yes, they carry gold in their pussy or something or diamond.
They got them golden eggs, them golden goose eggs. Huh?
Oh
Yeah, but
yeah.
so it's just crazy, man. I'm like, shit, y'all making that much money? Let's see. What I don't understand is that if y'all making that much money, why is there so much poverty, or why do people complain so much about, you know, we gotta rob this person, we gotta rob that person, you know,
Oh, no
over
worries.
$1? Like,
You Jordans.
Because they spend it on bullshit. The Chula, look, here's an example. Last month, there was a guy that always asks me shit about food and stuff like that, and how he can't find a job, and how he lives in a shack with his family for less than $100. But then, which that is true, that
uh-huh,
he lives in a really shitty spot for like less than $150. But then
uh-huh.
he took a bus all the way to Santiago to get some new shoes that were $200. And
Hmm.
seriously, like people, vanity is a huge thing here.
And you have to spend like $20 to go in Santiago
Yeah,
actually.
$20 just to get to Santiago. So people will value shoes and other bullshit. Look
They
fresh.
believe in the way they look like.
Exactly.
That's the point about Dominican women.
What you look like is more important than putting food on your table.
Yes, because
Helping out your people.
sometimes they have money, they spend like $400 just in some fake hair and stuff like that, and after that they complaining that, oh, I forgot to pay the rent. The kids don't have money.
Oh, wait a minute.
I'm like,
Espérame,
sell
wait.
your
Wait, hold
shit.
on. Espérame. Un momentito. Did you just say fake hair? I did
Oh
not
yeah.
Yes.
know. I did not know of the Dominican Republic.
Oh,
Getting
everything is fake up in
hair.
that piece, boy.
Oh my
It
Black
sound like the
girls would
States.
be hating so hard if they knew how much of their
no
hair was
me
fake.
digas. Look, okay.
Because
Can
everything's up here is like 6,000
can I be honest with
pesos,
you?
almost like $130. So if they use five, they're gonna spend like $200 to get the hair fix. So they spend $400 just for put some fake hair to look great. And I'm like, so you just have
Incredible.
your fake hair and stuff like that, and you're gonna tell me you can pay the rent? Oh no, because with my hair we can find some American. I say, yo, first of all, the man knows already it's not your hair. If he touches, he's gonna see that it's fake.
Yeah, because you see that, you
That,
feel that
that,
braid in the
that's
middle of the scalp.
Yes, exactly.
Can I say something? Si puedo hablar un momentito. Look, this is the way I looked at the Dominican Republic based on these Facebook groups I was in, because I have no experience. I've never been to the DR before, but based on the profile that the Dominican Republic has when it comes to the women, has some beautiful women, like drop dead gorgeous women based on the pictures I've seen, las fotos en mis grupos. But fake hair. So me just looking at these pictures, I'm like, damn, these Dominican women, they got long, natural, beautiful hair.
I mean, some of them, but not a lot.
Damn, that's crazy, because it's like, look, okay, here in the US, pretty much we hate fucking weave. Me personally, I hate fucking weave. So when I travel out to these different countries like Mexico, and I see a black Mexican with like long, flowing, beautiful hair, it makes me feel really good, because we're of the same, Afro roots on the women in the States. Like, look, you don't have to have fucking fake hair to look good, So me thinking about the Dominican Republic, I'm like, you guys are like fucking mulatas out there. So like no entiendo. Son mulatas.
It's not natural. It's $400 there, $500. You have to look great because they spend a lot of money for that shit.
Yeah, so that's one thing.
But on fake hair,
it's very expensive here.
But I didn't know it was expensive. I thought it didn't cost that much. Good looking out.
No, it's extremely expensive.
It's 6,000. The cheaper one is 6,000 pesos.
Now, one thing that I will say is,
hold on. Hey, can I just give a shout out to my man Chubbs? He just joined our Google Hangout. So whoop, whoop, we got young Chubbs in the house. What's going on, Chubbs? Hello?
Are you talking to MG or you talking to Chubbs? Is Chubbs in here?
Yeah, we got Rob. Is that Chubbs? Well, I don't. Rob. Oh my bad. MG.
It's all right,
MG,
fam.
my fault.
Right, fam.
We got my man MG up in the building from New York. So pretty much we have this lovely Dominican woman on the phone. She's explaining, how the culture.
No, I'm not Dominican.
She's
I'm from Haiti, actually.
I was just telling one of my students about, like, they're like lied to about the history. Like when the Haitians took over the Dominican Republic, like the whole island, they're taught that the Dominicans did that. And I'm like, nah, it's switched, because they have so much pride, and they don't want to be black so bad. You know what I'm saying? They want to be Indio so bad that their whole history is like just based on trying to make them look a whole lot better.
Wow. Oh, so wait a minute. I am so sorry. I thought you were a Dominican Republic. I'm sorry, James. I know you texted me and told me she was Haiti, but I was like just skimming through the text messages. So I'm sorry. Los Haitianos, huh? You know what? That brings up a point. We have fucking Haitians out here in Mexico, like a lot of immigrants.
Oh yeah.
I just wanted to say that. Yeah, we have like 10,000 just like fucking walked barefooted. Nah, I'm fucking around, but they did walk all the way to fucking Mexico. So we have like a shitload of Haitians here, like demasiado Haitianos.
Yes, that's the problem. They love to have kids.
Ooh, say word.
No, nothing.
What happened? I didn't catch that. It's just a little too fast. Hold on. Otra vez, ¿cómo?
I say,
Repite.
Haitians have energy to fucking have kids. That's why we're so much. We're like Chinese people.
Well, it's funny on that. I don't mean to kind of change the conversation, but I'm gonna be 100 with you. Like the first time me running into Haitians, and what I wanted to do, and I did this on my YouTube video, I wanted to help them because I knew their story, I knew where they were coming from and shit like that. So me being a so-called privileged, I wanted to go out my way and try to, do what I can for them. So what I did was I took like 3 bags of my clothes out of my closet, and I wanted to just give them to them. But
yeah,
them being in a different country, they have to realize we're a reflection of each other, and any foreign country will look at us as the same because we're both black. So I told them, hey, look, just make sure you guys be on your guys' best behavior. Try to adapt to the culture out here, and just try to, teach them something about your culture, and that's it. Because I'm doing the same thing here. Because if I'm looked at in a bad light, they're gonna think we're all the fucking same. Because since yo people has been coming to Mexico, everybody that knows me here, motherfucker, comes up to me and be like, oh yeah, eres haitiano? Motherfucker, you know I'm from the USA. How you go? Why you just go all of a sudden think I'm from Haiti?
yeah.
Just arrived here, so everybody thinks I'm Haitian. Just because, again, I'm okay with that because I know we have the same skin color, we have African roots and blah blah blah. We're descendants, but it's like to tell them like, look, man, I would love to learn French. I told them, man, hey, if y'all want to learn English and I want to learn French, hey, let's make it happen. So what I did was when I seen them, they like started grabbing the clothes. I'm like, whoa, 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 like hold on, like chill out. And they like didn't have no respect for me. And I'm gonna be honest with you. When I tried to go to their little circle, I've never felt in my life segregated. I never had a welcome feeling. I felt uninvited to the circle, and I'm giving these motherfuckers my clothes. So it's like at that point in time, nobody said thank you, and motherfuckers was hand picking out. Okay, I want that one. Nah, that shirt kind of ugly. Oh, I want that Ed Hardy shirt right there. Like I'm thinking in my mind, like these. I know I'm going on a rant right now, but just hear me out though. Like nah, and I'm sorry, but we need to make change, and I'm sorry. It's like the domino effect.
Sorry. A lot of things you think I'm doing because I have light skin. So,
let me finish. I'm almost done, but let me finish right quick. So these motherfuckers is picking out all of my clothes from the United States, saying, okay, I want that Ed Hardy, I want that Hollister shirt, I want that Abercrombie Fitch shirt, but I don't want that generic shit. So I'm like, these ungrateful ass bastards. I'm thinking about all the shit in my head, like, wow, never again I'm fucking with Haitians. So after that, and then like all of them just like went about their business. They didn't say thank you. They didn't give me dap. They didn't give me no high five. I'm like, wow, this is an incredible experience with these Haitians. So
it depends on
what's
yeah.
No, hold on, no. Let me speak. Hold on. Let me speak. Give me a second. I'm estoy explicando. It's the most fucked up part about it. It was done, even though I didn't get no thank you. Maybe out of like a pack of 30. I got like 2 thank yous out of a pack of 30. So the remaining 28 went about their business, saying like, yeah, look, I got that Ed Hardy hoodie, this and that. I look like I'm from the USA, blah, blah, blah. So this Mexican dude, this dude comes up to me. He was like, hey, anything, I would be more than appreciative if you give it to me. I mean, whatever you got, and if you want to just, give it to me, I would be so happy. How fucked up I felt. Like this native Mexican dude, homeless, comes up to me and tells me, hey, look, man, if you want to give me something, I'm appreciative, but if you don't, I'm cool with that too. And like, one hand, and motherfuckers always tell me, well, you gotta help your people, man. Hey, man, we all brothers, man. Hey, we the same skin color. You supposed to be helping your people out. Man, get the fuck out of here with that shit. Like, I'm so sorry. But fucking ungrateful as fuck. Like, to me, like, I'm sorry, I'm putting y'all all in that box, but somebody got to be held fucking accountable for that shit. And if you don't want to be put in that box, go help those motherfuckers and tell them, hold on, no, give me a second, let me speak. And you from the USA, boy, you can't speak on this situation. Anyways,
but she's actually.
I gave, hold on, no, give me a second, bro, let me finish. So this Mexican dude, so I give him the remaining clothes, and like 3 of the empty bags were there on the floor, and like a Haitian dude came up to me. He was like, "Hey, here, yeah, like, come on." He was like, "You need to take that shit out of here because we don't want that shit in front of our house." I'm like, "I'm done. I'm finished. I'm dead." So I'm sorry. That was my first experience interacting with the Haitians, but not even that. A few days ago, I was walking by the bus stop. Why do y'all look so pissed off? Like, y'all just, I don't even know what to call. Like, I'm sorry. I'm not positive. I'm happy. I'm always smiling. But it's like the Haitians I see, they always look so sad. Like, I know y'all situation is different. You know, I understand. You know, the hurricane and the Brazil crisis and this and that.
But sad or angry?
They're not sad. They're actually very angry all the time.
Yeah,
yes, they do. Like, come on, man. Like, let me point this out here.
Almost in other countries we went to, they always treat Asian different. It's the same thing about DR. You know, some Dominicans always think like I'm Dominican because I have light skin. But when they see me speaking Creole, I'm gonna give you a simple example. It was a guy who asked me for beer, a Dominican guy. So I was speaking Creole to my friend, my coworker, because you see who was speaking Creole. You know what he say? Asian are dirty. I don't want the beer anymore. I don't want to get sick.
Damn, that's fucked up.
Yeah, damn.
I said, guess what? When they were starting deporting Asian in Haiti, actually, I remember those prostitutes came at my job so happy. Oh, Aisha, they're gonna deport you. I said, really? I said, I have more document than you have, bitch. So she said, oh, really? Oh, guess what? I don't want you in my country. I said, yes, I know you're not gonna want me in your country because I'm in your country and I'm more comfortable than you. She said, why you say that? I said, yes, because I'm in your country and I have a decent job. And you are in your country. You are the one who's selling pussy. I was supposed to be the one who's selling pussy on the street, not you.
That's wild.
But see, you go to Sosua and you go to like Puerto Plata, there's a lot of Haitians up there too.
Well, they hate me because a couple think that I'm lesbian because I have short hair. I don't mind. They can take whatever they want to. Like this is not gonna bother me. And something they think James is Asian actually, and it's a good thing because they're not gonna ask him for money all the time.
Yeah. So what's been happening recently is I cut my hair, and people have been thinking that I'm Haitian. Previously, like when I had my previously before I cut my hair, people thought I was Dominican. So that's actually something that's very interesting. Yeah. So that's something that's actually pretty interesting. That they don't understand the difference between, like, a lot of Dominicans don't think they're black, but notice that one thing I said, I changed my haircut, and they went from thinking that I'm Dominican.
It's the style. It's the
but
it's the
see,
style
I'll
of the
tell
culture.
you, I asked them because, like, in Puerto Plata, Sosua, everybody looks black. Most of them, like 90% of them, right? And I asked them, I said, how can you all tell the difference between a Haitian and a Dominican? And the only thing they could say is the way they speak Spanish. That's the only thing they said. They said if they don't speak Spanish like the way a Dominican would, then they're Haitian. And I said, but what if they're born here? Born in Dominican Republic? They said, well, you know, then we can't tell. And they said straight up. I was like,
that's not true because you can make a difference between the Asian when they born here because they even can speak the Creole actually. They speak it sucks.
No, but what I'm saying is they'll speak Spanish like a Dominican person.
Well, Dominican don't speak Spanish actually. The Dominican Spanish is just crazy. And
yeah, they speak Jamaican Spanish.
Yeah. And
what the fuck is Jamaican Spanish? Spanish that you can't understand?
No, it's like people who speak Spanish and they hear Dominican Spanish. And I spoke to one of my peoples today, and they said the same thing. And she Dominican, and she was like, "Yeah, because we stop words when they're not really supposed to be stopped, and we like break up sentences." Yeah, it's like Jamaican. It's like it's Creole Spanish. Let's call it that.
Man, that shit is incredible. That shit is ridiculous. Anyways, can I just give a shout out to your homegirl and say this? You guys speak Creole or French, whatever it is. I think that shit is hot and sexy. The reason why, because I know fucking Creole comes from France, but y'all speak it with an African dialect. That shit.
Oh, and it's including English and Spanish. It's four language we make Creole.
And that I can appreciate and salute Haitians, because at least with Haitians, they at least are still connected with African dialects, or the accents from the African languages. So I do salute y'all on that. But like us Black Americans, it's like we've been stripped of every fucking thing. So
300 years and counting, that. Or 400 years now.
Well, the mother, I'm a California kid, whatever. But I do pay homage and I do salute, Haitians, for still being connected culturally with African roots and shit like that. And that's why, I still try to, help them the best way I can. But after that incident, I'm like, fuck that shit, man. Fucking skin color is just color. That don't mean shit. What happened?
I do like you.
Because you want me to tell you something.
People have a problem. They are so complicated. Even in Haiti, like they're not gonna eat everything for you. Like when the government giving them stuff, when they say they're hungry, bring some rice. Like I'm not gonna eat that shit, but you're fucking hungry.
These motherfuckers is hella ungrateful. Yeah. Audience, hold on, let me just speak to my audience, for the viewers that are out there that's listening to the show right now. I told you guys it's not my fault. I told you I was in the right.
We're hungry, but we're not gonna eat that.
People make it y'all priority. I'm sorry I'm putting them in a box, but fuck that. I believe in the domino effect. It's a one for all for one. We got to be accountable and help each other out, man. Like if somebody fucking up, man, put them back on their feet. Tell them, hey, man, you fucking up. You can't be doing that shit because you're making us all look bad. So again, I'm homegirl, I made a YouTube video about them ungrateful ass group of Haitians, and I went ham on them in my video because I felt like I was trying to do something good. Let me give me a thank you. So to your Haitian friend, was I wrong for that, or how do you feel about that?
Like I told you, it depends on the education of the Haitian people.
Nah, fuck that shit. Come on, man. It's a decent set of manners.
Listen to her.
That's what I'm telling you.
Listen to her.
I'm Haitian, right? I'm from Haiti. I born in Haiti. I've been in school in Haiti and everything. But when I came here in Sosua, I see some kind of Haitian. I'm like, where the fuck they came from?
Haitian.
Yes, and we came from the same country. It's just like I never see this type of people in my life, and they are Asian like me. So when they tell me I came from Tomasik, what the fuck you look at me like this? I'm like, what the fuck? They're not gonna tell you.
Can I ask you a question?
Nothing. So
can I ask you a question?
It depends where they came from also, because when the Asian from the north, the Asian who used to traveling the most in other countries and have more kids are the one who came from the north of Haiti, actually, the one from Tomasik. Okay, the one from Tomasik are the most horrible one. They are very horrible. They don't have no education because there's no schools over there. And it's the most Asian type I see in DR, actually. They came here, they're always walking dirty on the street. I'm like, yo, because they do that, they're gonna take all other dirty people Asian.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, you can ask me.
I just wait for you to finish. Okay. I am a very logical person. So my question to you is that what have to do with a basic minimum set of manners and respect? Maybe I'm just weird, but me growing up in the United States, learn how to be respectful and have a minimum set of manners through school. How do you group being respectful and having a set of manners is taught through school.
Well, I'm gonna give you a simple example. Some Haitian from Haiti even know how old they are. What is their family name?
They don't know how old they are.
Baby girl, you still
No,
didn't
no.
answer my question.
I'm
Let me
serious.
ask it again.
You know, when they
Let
was
me let me
fixing
ask it.
the government, because my father used to work in the government. When they was fixing the stuff, like to give them an ID and stuff like that, you ask them like, "What is your name?" Oh, my name is James. For example, James what? James. That's the way they always been calling me since I was born. How old are you? I don't know. My father never told me. It was that.
Can I ask you a
What
question?
the hell?
Yes.
Okay, so going back to my point. So you grew up with your mom and dad, right? I'm guessing.
Yep.
Okay, so
Yeah.
did your mom and dad teach you how to be respectful and have manners?
Of course they do.
Okay,
I
so
never
that's
be
my point. So
like
the
that.
separation, you having respect and having a basic set of manners, your family taught you that, your parents taught you that, not your school, but your
But I
family
guess
and
what
your
she's saying
household.
is, but I guess
Yes,
what she's
I
saying is, if
understand
the
that, but
parents don't even tell you how old you are, then they sure as hell ain't going to teach you how to be
the same
polite.
problem I have Dominicans. Dominicans.
Damn, that's
Yeah, I feel that. I feel that.
Wait,
for
hey,
y'all
Dominicans don't say
culture.
you.
wait, hold on. So let me try to explain this. I remember last week she was telling me the difference between Haitians in the North and Haitians in the South, and she also said that when she went to school, school was like part of an extended family for her. So
Mm.
there's different cultures within a country itself. So not all Haitians are the same, not just like not all Dominicans are the same. Dominicans from the Campo end up acting differently than ones from the city, just like Haitians from the north act different than ones from the south. And she put me onto something. Not all Haitians are poor necessarily.
And
The
not all
ones,
don't have education.
yeah, and
Just don't. Some Dominicans don't say thank you neither. They ask you, "Can I have this?" Just like that. You say, "Okay." You give it to them.
Well,
They
let
walk
me ask a
away.
question. Is it only the poor Haitians that end up immigrating to South America?
They are the
So
most actually.
okay,
The most actually, because almost of the Haitian that I know that we from the capital actually, we always have a decent jobs and things like that, because for living in the capital you need to have money for that. It's always the most rich Asian people, like who the family was, the Duvalier family and stuff like that. Because I'm gonna give you an example. When I was in school in Haiti in the college, friends at school was depends on what type of car that your parents are driving.
Wow.
If my father is driving a Honda CRV, by example, your father is driving a BMW. Fuck that. You're not gonna want to be my friend.
But it's like
Damn,
that in a lot of
that's
third world countries.
So
My
you know what?
homeboy. Oh,
When I used to go to school, everything was about perfection.
yeah.
Who has the last Puma? Who has the last Champion? Have the last Converse?
that American mentality, man.
it's like
Fuck.
classism.
But remember, like they're doing it with like ends meet a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yes,
what I didn't understand. Like when I was in Bodia, like Peace was like, I spoke to my brother and he was like, "Yo, I gotta get a car." I was like, "Why? Just ride your bike." He was like, "Yo, if I don't drive like a real good car to these meetings, they're just gonna look at me like I'm nothing." And I said, "Why?
yes.
Because of
That's
your
fucked
car?"
up.
Because you used to go in college in Haiti, you see the group of kids, like you see the one who have the small CRV, the BMWs, the Mercedes. They're always separate, and especially when in Haiti in college, you see a lot of other countries people. You see Italian, you see Dominican sometimes, you see Asian. And the black parents, the one who used to have really dark skin, was the most who was trying to make their kids look better than the other kids.
Mm.
With the more expensive school bag and stuff like that, or my father have this. It's always was about like about that. Even the school in Haiti, it was great because when you're in school in Haiti, it's like you are in prison or something because you start at school at 7 and you leave school at 5 p.m. But it doesn't was easy at all. But
Wow.
it was the complexion. They show you like 4 language at school since the kindergarten and all that stuff. But it's always about how much my parents have. If your parents are rich, of course you're gonna be popular. If your parents are poor, and it doesn't make any sense because if we are paying the school $300 a month, so if I can pay, it doesn't matter if my father is what my father is driving. If we can pay the same amount every month, that's mean we are the same way, the same kids, same thing. Doesn't make
Wow.
it. You're not paying more than me.
So let me ask you this question. And I'm just curious because I know in Jamaica they use a lot of skin whitening cream to look more light skinned.
Yeah.
Do they do that in Haiti too?
Yes, a lot of Asian get bleach, but you can see
Oh,
that away that like the skin, the toes. That's the only part in your body you can use the most cream you can. You're still gonna be dark.
Yeah,
that's damn. Why you
Right.
laughing? That's
because
horrible.
no, because you be light skinned from ankle to head, but them dark
Yeah.
skin
So when you put
behind.
the sandals on, they're gonna see that you're bleaching because your toes are all black. You can change that color.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. Because the reason why I brought that up is because I seen a documentary on YouTube about Jamaica. It's like
Yo,
Jamaica and
them crazy
Nigeria,
Dominicans. Yeah.
man, that is crazy. Like they are like that's a very big market. That's a booming economy out there of selling bleach cream. So it's
Yeah.
fucked up because again, I mean to me, the darker the skin complexion, I think that shit is beauty. That's like damn near like man, it's goddess status to me. Like because to me that represents a lot of melanin, which a lot of people don't understand. It's a protector of the sun. You know, melanin is a chemical in your body or in your skin, but people use it as a social experiment. Like, oh, I have to be whiter to make America happy and blend into society. But people don't realize that the darker your skin is, or the deeper your melanin is, from UV radiation that the sun emits.
It's so many women that I know. There some so many Asian women that I know when they was very dark skinned, they was so pretty, and now they are all bleaching. They look horrible. I'm not gonna lie because
Fucking
you can see when
damn.
the natural color, the face turns so different and other stuff. I'm like, why are you trying to be like Michael Jackson or something? Because Michael Jackson was
Damn.
very nice when he was a black guy, but he looked like a monster when he turned white.
This man, damn. I didn't know skin bleaching was big in Haiti, but I mean, damn, y'all hurting out there. But how can y'all afford bleach cream?
You can walk on the sun because your skin gonna you can get sick because they make a bomb. They mix like 12 creams together and all the stuff. Just like
Easy. Wow. Okay, so let me ask you this: since you are naturally light skinned, right? Like you're a natural
yes,
born.
I'm light skin because of my mom. My grandfather was French actually.
Okay, so do you feel like you have benefits or you have an advantage of your skin color versus the darker Haitians or the darker Dominicans, or
No,
how do you feel about that?
my
be
God, is
honest.
I do have a great family who give me a good education. That's all.
No, no, no. That's not what I'm asking. What I'm referring
Oh,
to
the
is
Dominican.
that
Well, they think that I'm Dominicans when I don't speak Creole, but that don't change nothing.
let me make it a little bit more basic and simple. When it comes to other women, the darker women of Dominicans or Haitians, are they intimidated
Oh,
because you have lighter skin naturally?
yeah, sometimes very.
In what aspects and in what ways?
Well, they're always checking me actually to see if it's not true. Sometimes I ask them, did I have to take my pens out to check my ass also?
Mm. Yeah. Damn, James, you a good brother. That's what's up. Man, wow. Wow,
Girl,
that's
me. I'm like, why you checking me? No, we just want to see if you're natural. I say, okay. What else I have to do? I born like this. I was like a little German girl when I was born. So white.
German girl.
I was very light. My skin was very
Mm.
light. That's why I used to go to the beach. Well, actually, I don't like the light skin too much because every scratch you got is so horrible, so red in your skin. It's just complicated. Have to use a lot of shea butter. It
Mm.
just sucks.
Now,
Wow.
one
Damn.
thing that's actually the opposite is the dark skinned girls, especially the Haitians. The Germans and the Italians love them.
Yes,
Yeah,
more darker, more ugly they are. They. It's more easier for them because white. That's why I can
they don't
understand
have
why
that in their country.
a lot of people can be so like racist in their country, and they came here to find the darkest woman. Because
Exactly.
the Asian woman here, the more darkest you see they are, more easier for them they're gonna find a white guy.
Yeah, so you find a lot of racists in other countries, U.S., Germany, Italian. Like I'm talking about guys you know that would probably be
Skinny
racist.
also because only
Exactly.
black Americans like fat.
Yeah, so that's the crazy thing. So you find a lot of these white guys that you would assume would be racist, but they come here for the blackest women that you could
The more
find.
nasty one also.
Exactly. So they find the dirtiest, nastiest, blackest thing
Damn.
they can find.
Hold
Oh,
up, hold up.
And when I say dirty and nasty, I don't mean because of the skin.
he gotta redeem himself.
It's
It's
the
not-
way they walk.
Yeah, the way
like-
they walk and the behavior and stuff. Like you find, ones that are all cut up with scars and stuff, and they for some reason those European guys like that. They like the rough looking.
What thinking thinking about that?
Because when the black
I
Americans come
might.
here, they're always looking for the light-skinned Dominican with long hair with a fat ass and small titties. Did I wrong?
You're right. You find,
Exactly.
yeah. So the black guys, they come with their matrix mentality and go after the light skin, long hair.
Big ass.
Yeah. So what they see in rap videos, they go after. They see a girl that looks like she would be in a rap video. Brothers go after, and brothers end up wasting their money trying to pretty much live a baller lifestyle. They rent these huge, villas and popping bottles and this and this.
Yes, walking with a bottle of Hennessy like I'm the boss.
Yeah, exactly. So brothers try to, ball out, so to speak. But then you got these white guys that are millionaires that don't behave that way in the least. They're more conservative. We pretty much waste our resources.
You know what I say when I see a guy like this? When I see a black, sorry to say that, guys, when I see a black Americans like this with 2 bottles of Hennessy and like I'm the king,
He's gonna get robbed.
I say no. I say, I can bet when you go back home, you're still living like your mom's basement.
I do have to chime on or chime in on what James said about again, Dominicans and the Haitians with the fat ass. Like me, as my genetics, I'm a black American, but I know what I like in me. I'm sorry to say, but I love me some ass though. So if I don't care if you light skin, if you dark chocolate, if you green purple, if you got that ass and you got that nice Coke, I mean I wouldn't say Coke shaped bottle body. If you got a nice figure and you're cool, you're down to earth, and we can actually just chop up some game, then I'm all green light for it. But just like when you said, oh, black guys only go for the girls with the fat ass and that, but it's like I don't know, because that's our genetics. I don't know, but me, I personally like that shit. But I'm not go play the color game, because if you banging no matter what color you are, regardless. But I do agree with you on the fact that a lot of matrix mentality Negroes come over to the Dominican Republic. I got this money, I got this little mini mansion, and let's do it big, this and that. Yeah, you're making yourself a target.
Yes, and they rob you very easily.
Off.
So that's your problem. Because
exactly
like this, I know. Okay, 2 days. I'm not gonna give that tourist 2 days, and you're gonna like, I hate Sosua. Good.
Yeah. Brothers make themselves victims because
yeah.
a lot of brothers make themselves victims because we want to ball out. We want to show that we're the biggest cheese on the, and we don't leave that. We don't leave that street mentality, in the United States.
Just came and take like
but think about it like this.
I want to hang out with 4 women. Some take 4 women together. I'm like, okay, so you have enough energy to fuck all of them? Oh yes, don't worry. And I get ready to cry after. When I see those,
you have to.
Yeah, so you see these brothers that do crazy stuff like, oh man, I'm gonna take 4 women, and it seems cool, but it's really an ego trip that'll end up probably getting you set up, or like having your
first 2 days. After 2 days, you're gonna see them like even can't leave the tip when they go to eat at the restaurant.
Yeah.
And you also got to remember, like especially in Sosua, the girls travel in packs, and if you don't speak Spanish, they're up in there like plotting on you. You know what I mean? Because especially
Boca Chica, in Boca Chica is pool than Sosua.
Say word. That's what I've been hearing. I didn't go to Boca Chica because everyone was telling me, oh, there's nothing but resorts over there. But then when I did more research, they was like, yo, it's lit over there, kid.
Yes, it's very small actually in Boca Chica. Like I remember this guy, he came and he told me, oh, it's my birthday today. I said, okay, happy birthday. So I'm gonna buy a bottle of Hennessy. So it was a prostitute that she said, can I walk with you? He said, no, I'm just gonna go by the liquor store. No, it's no problem. I'm just gonna make you company. She went to the liquor store with him. When they come back, she was asking him for $100 for the time she spent with him. Just to walk. When she said no, you know what she did? She started screaming, oh, you fucking baby don't want to pay me.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like guys will come out here and be victims because they feel like, oh, I'm from so and so and so and so. I'm from this town. I'm from this. Insert I'm a tough guy here city. So they'll say that, oh, I'm from this. And I don't want to pick on any specific cities, but cities you typically hear on the news. I'm from so and so. So I'm coming down here. I know the streets. You get a lot of brothers like that.
Yes, the brother from New York.
Oh yes.
Nah, New York streets ain't like them streets, kid. Because you can't get kidnapped off the random in New York.
Yes, but they get fucking so more easier than all the
Oh yeah.
guys.
So the New York guys, not to hate on them, but the New York guys are known to be the ones that get victimized the most. Yeah, the New York guys get victimized the most because
they go out there trying to floss.
Oh yeah, they try to floss. They try to pay like literally 4 or 5 times more than market price. Girls see that and they're like, okay, cool. So he's got this much cash on him. He's not putting his cash.
He's a dummy.
So
he don't know the price code.
We're gonna get one of our cop friends on the side because the cops is gonna get paid too. So you get set up by everybody. Like New York guys don't come and listen to anybody.
It's nothing better for the prostitute when it's a new just come American
new
guy. They're just happy. Oh God, we're gonna kill this motherfucker. New York, they're just happy. Yo, this guy is fresh here. We never seen him before. Oh God, let's do it, girl.
Because especially if you don't know the prices and you flossing and you come over there and you don't understand the system.
Yeah.
One dude said when I came there was try your best never to overpay for nothing, because it's not gonna make you look good, and the native peeps are just gonna laugh at you, and the peeps who know the game are just gonna look at you like you stupid. Nobody's trying to like say, oh, you a big boss because you can make it rain. You a dummy. You know what I mean? You messing up everybody else's system.
Yeah, exactly. The more you pay, the more that they see you as a victim. It does not impress them to take them out to dinner.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't like when a guy just come. He leaves big tips.
Oh yeah, he does. Yeah, leave big tips at the restaurant. Yeah. That is one good thing.
I love when they are just come.
Yeah, because they don't read the bill and realize all tips in the DR are included in the check.
Oh yes, we enjoy that actually. I have to see the good way of that.
Exactly. But yeah, you get seen as a victim, like they don't have any sympathy for you at all. Like that's the craziest thing that took me a while to, they don't have any sympathy for you. They're just, I ask them, I'm like, that's just how it is. Hey, He's an American, so he has money, so it's not going to hurt him. That's their mentality. They have no sympathy for you. So, I mean, taking somebody out to dinner and this and a girl out to dinner, that's not going to impress them. Really, they want you to just be like, hey, just do what you got to do. Give me my money so I can go on and get some more money after this. Like, yeah, like really, some of them hate when you take them out to dinner because they feel that is wasting their time. That money that you spent on dinner could have been cash that they could have used for hair or something else. And you're being a fucking idiot taking them out to dinner. Like, some of them just hate that, you know?
Damn.
Yeah, like, why the fuck are you taking me out to dinner? You spent 1,500 pesos on dinner when you could give me 1,500 pesos. I could have used it the way I wanted to. You know what I mean? So, like,
and get my cake smashed.
Yeah, it's just like, shit, you wasted an hour of my time when I could have been out there making money. You know, so don't go that dinner, dining, all that bullshit, because they hate that.
And this is the thing. This is what you don't understand. Why are you taking a girl out to go dinner and dine? That's what you do in the States. You there to smash. Hit it, quit it, next. You know what I'm saying? If you really, watch this. You really want to know if the girl is down? Say, yo, you look fine. Let me meet your mommy.
Oh, no, because the mom is on it. Too. Sometimes the moms used to be on the stroll. Sometimes the moms are still on the stroll too.
Oh yeah, that's actually true. That's why I request to see the mother and the father. But even sometimes that don't matter.
No. Like I said, the game goes deep. The father could be out there putting the mom and the daughter out there, so that might work too. Like I said, the whole family's in on the game. The whole family is on the game.
And see what peeps don't understand though, because the game is legal out there. You know what I'm saying? It's not looked at like we look at it here, where it's like a real, it's a business.
Like you see mama-daughter combos all the time. You know, I remember I was on a forum, guys were saying that how they've been coming here so long, they've had the grandma, the mama, and the daughter. I'm not joking. They've been coming here for 20 years, they have the mom, the grandma, and the daughter. That's not a joke. That's not even a joke. What?
Oh, wait.
We're talking about how it's a family business. Oh, yeah, it's a family business here. So you can meet the mom. The mom definitely knows the game. She's gonna know what information to feed you to get you to put some more money on the table. Western Union.
Right, so,
my daughter's a good girl. Take her off.
I got questions, man. I got questions because you know I could be like this girl, right? She tried to tell me she loved me and all this stuff like that. She even watch this. She even tattooed my name on her.
Ooh. We've seen that happen all the time. Your name don't mean
throw a monkey wrench in the game, huh?
So at first, watch this. So at first I said this joint gotta be fake, right? So I surprised her and went there when she didn't know I was coming, and it was real. And I said, why? That's interesting.
That don't mean nothing because she could see you as a potential Western Union guy. So what's up? Hey, a tattoo don't mean shit if you could send enough money for me to live off month to month. Shit, she'll tattoo your name on her asshole if you're gonna take the money. I'm really not joking. Money talks here. You know, that name don't mean nothing. That's just another way for her to get some money out of you. So tattoos.
Can I intervene for a second? Can I intervene? Okay, you say that like, yeah, okay, that tattoo don't mean nothing, but just think about that next client. Ain't no nigga go wanna fucking look at another dude's name on any part of that body. So wouldn't that be a turn off?
No.
Or she must be stupid then.
Here's an example.
Hold on, let me finish. I know you didn't let me finish, so let me intervene.
She could be like, yo, that's my dead cousin's name.
Exactly, like come on, man. So she pretty much playing. So she playing herself then, because if that'll fuck up the business for her, because if she thinks, okay, well, if other guys they don't like to see names or tattoos on my body, then why am I setting myself up? You know, those are potential clients lost.
But see, you know what they do though, right? A lot of the girls have their children's name tattooed on them anyway.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
But
saying?
also,
So they'll be like, especially on the inside of their arm, they got their baby's name tattooed on them.
On the inside of their armpit.
Well, kind of like right underneath the armpit, going to the elbow. It's interesting there.
Where it's kind of like discreet.
Well, no, it's pretty big usually.
Yeah, so like I said, that doesn't mess up their game because one, you're gonna do what you're gonna do if you come down here. If you're a guy that just comes down here for one thing, you don't care who's tattooed on so and so and so and so. Some guys even like that. Oh man, I'm taking this girl from so and so. And then also, guys don't
say his name. Say his name.
I mean,
that's wow.
That's pretty much how it is. It's funny because we've really gotten off topic. We've covered a lot of things about the DR, but like everything's a hustle. I mean, like I said,
this contributes and is very related to the DR though.
Word, and it's really interesting. School
exactly.
But here's the thing.
We gotta give it up to the Haitian girl, to the Haitiana.
Wow, man, that's really...
The whole family will lie. The whole family will get all their stories together. So that means the mama, the cousin, the brother, the sister, everybody will get their stories together. Like, it's a different mentality in the United States. In the United States, you expect people to tell the truth. Here, you assume that they're lying to you. That's what you have to do. You have to assume that they're lying to you because they will lie for years because that means nothing to them because they can get, hundreds of thousands of dollars in a payout. They'll wait it out. Remember, they have nothing else to do.
The long hustle.
Hey, if you lived in a country where your income was $3,000 a year, $3,000 a year, and you had the potential to wait something out to get over $100,000, wouldn't you wait?
It's that hustle, man.
Exactly. You would wait. I would wait. If I could only make what is that, $12,000 in 4 years, but I've got this gringo who has the potential for over $100,000 payout in the end. Shit, of course I'm gonna wait the 4 years. I'm gonna play the wife role. I'm gonna play the girlfriend role. Shit, I'll play any role.
Hey, so James, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
If you're from the States and you want to go out to the DR and meet a woman, maybe bring her back to the States, is it possible to do that without them trying to game
you asked that question?
Woo!
Bring her back to the States. I want her to answer this. Bringing a girl
back. I'm listening.
Oh yeah, so am I, boy.
Conversation.
Oh yeah, no. So, what do you say to guys that want to bring Dominican women back to the States? Because we've always talked about this.
Oh, I wish them good luck.
Wow.
Sorry. I wish them good luck. The only thing I can say.
So you're saying there is a very slim chance of bringing them to the U.S. and having them still keep their Dominican culture.
Oh, of course, they're gonna send money. Oh,
they're gonna send your money back home to their boyfriend back home. Try to get them a green card.
I don't know if I can judge all the people that saying like great and bad person, but
here fucking you as a business.
See, well, I figure if you get them out of the DR, maybe that'll take away them trying to run game on you.
Oh, no. That's when it really kicks into gear.
But what do you think that they're gonna stay with America? All Dominicans want to visit New York. I don't know if they think the United States only New York is only New York in the state. They don't know about California. They don't know about North Dakota or those other places. They only know New York
and Miami.
Yeah, yes, in Miami.
But primarily New York. And what they want to do is they want to get to New York. Either when they come over here, they're going to say, hey, I need to visit some family members in New York or New Jersey or whatever. And those family members are going to put them up on game. This happened a lot, and this is very dangerous for a lot of brothers listening.
Ask you that question because you're the one who's Dominican girlfriend.
Exactly. So this is very dangerous. So literally, pay attention to this. Usually, it takes 2 years for them to get a permanent residency. So one for like a green card. So even if they're married to you, it takes usually a minimum of 2 years, unless there's domestic violence dispute, and they can have that expedited. Typically, what will happen is their Dominican relatives over in the United States will put them up on game, and they'll wait that year or two so they can have permanent residency, take half your resources, and then now they have a permanent way to stay in the United States with a green card. So like I said, taking them out of the Dominican Republic, that's when the game really starts to, fuck you in the ass. So no, this is not a
drop that game, kid. Drop that game. Let them people know.
Yeah, this isn't a laughing matter, because as soon as you take them out of the Dominican Republic and put them in the United States, you take them out of Dominican jurisdiction and place them in the United States jurisdiction. And understand that the court systems for us are actually a lot more harder when it comes to, alimony and division of property and stuff like that. Because remember, she's your wife now, so she has half of your resources. And look, wouldn't you wait a year and a half to split a man's resources, and then now you're a permanent resident of the United States, and you can finally bring your Dominican boyfriend from the DR there now, because she can divorce you now that she's a permanent resident. Now she can invite somebody else, her boyfriend and her kids, to come over. So now they have half your resources, and Chulo has now got his green card. See what I mean? This happens so much, it's ridiculous. We hear about these on a monthly basis. So you can take them out of the Dominican Republic if you want to. That's when it really goes downhill for you.
Damn. Whoo, papi chulo, huh?
Yeah, you can mitigate. You can really mitigate your losses by just moving here, because I wouldn't say it's necessarily easier to cut ties, but I mean, once you're in U.S. territory, once she's in U.S. territory, now she's got your balls in her hands, pretty much. I'm not joking.
Squeeze.
So, dude, what do you do down there to make cash?
Build websites, man. Build websites, IT.
See how it all goes back to the internet, fam?
Exactly.
Damn, she.
I heard that.
How do you meet women out there? If everyone's trying to game on you, like, how do you?
They're good women. They're a good women, but like I said, the only way to really find stuff out is you got to learn the language, you got to learn the culture, you got to put yourself in the position with people of high caliber. That's number one. And that's still a gamble anywhere you go on the planet, whether you're in the United States or the DR or Japan or Brazil or Mexico. So you have to observe the quality and character of the person that you're around. Because if this is a shady person around other people, of course they're going to be shady around you. You can't just expect to take somebody off the street and say, oh, hey, they love you now, when they've spent their entire career hustling people. All of a sudden, you're Superman and you're the night helper. That's not how the game goes. So in order to find a decent woman, you really have to be on top of your game. That's number one. You can't be slipping and expect to find a decent woman. You got to learn the language. You got to learn the layout of the land. You have to, network with people. And usually it's best to be introduced to somebody that a good friend says, hey, this is a good person. I vouch for them. I think you guys would be good together. But you just going out and saying, oh, hey, here's a decent girl, so-and-so and so-and-so that I meet in the store. Because girls that meet in the store sell pussy on the side. You got doctors and lawyers selling pussy on the side. Like I said, sometimes you need third-party references. Sometimes you need third-party references. This is real. I didn't even mean to talk. I didn't even intend to talk about all this because it's kind of scary for people. But you can find
no.
But you can't be a loser and come out here and expect to be Superman. Like that's not how it works. Like you got to put some effort into yourself, and not necessarily monetary, but character wise. Like you got to like build your own character. You have to build your language skills, your communication skills, and find somebody that you actually have something in common with. Because it is possible to find somebody that you can fall in love with, and that'll fall in love with you. But like I said, you got to be on top of your game. And like I said, don't just lead with your wallet, because that's where a lot of brothers get in trouble with, both in the United States and here. They think they can just buy everything, and they end up buying everything from buying their way into some trouble and buying their way out of some trouble. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Facts.
Damn, that's like I said. Well, the biggest thing is that when you got these Americans that go out to the DR and they want to be on baller status, they want to impress everybody, but especially when it comes to New York. Me, I've never been in New York, but I know you always have to impress the bitches out there. It's all about style out there. It's all about dress to impress, you know? So pretty much, yeah. Well,
what do you think?
Hold on, let me explain. Let me explain. So you growing up with that mentality, you have to carry that mentality. So when you go into another country like the DR, that's how you go feel. And especially if you trying to get at all these bitches, have to stun on them.
Yeah, because you think they want the same thing that the New York chicks want.
Exactly.
And they like, do, okay. But they don't know that they can get it on that level unless you start giving it to them.
Yeah.
Hold on. Yeah, so it's like, man, I can see where it comes from when it comes to, the whole, New York has to be on some swag type shit. Like I said, again, I mean, I got a lot of homies from New York, and especially like with Gangzilla, his sneaker game on point and this and that and yada, yada, yada. So that's kind of how the mentality is in the States. It's about style. It's about swag, it's about, how much can you stun on, other people. So, and you have to understand too, though, when Americans come out there, they trying to live their dreams. They trying to feel like a king out there. So if they can get like a 5-some, they go do what they can to get that 5-some popping. Hey, it's like Hugh Hefner. Like if they can do it, they will.
But you want me to tell you something? There are places you can go where you can do that, and you won't get in trouble because it's organized, and they look out for you more than they look out for the girl.
No, they look out for their money that you go give them.
No. They look out for everybody else. They look out for you because they want more clients coming to them. You see what I'm saying?
Man, clients pay money. That's what it comes down to.
But you don't have to worry about, because if you get 5 chicks or some group of girls walking down the street, you got no protection. You don't know who they are. You don't know who they know. You don't even know how long they've been looking at you to target you as a mark.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But there's some places you can go where you pick them. You don't got to worry about nothing. And you got 5 girls in your house. They can stay the whole night. You pay that cash, and the next morning you just eat breakfast. I don't want to shout out where these places are, but they do exist, and they're in the DR. I've never done that because 5 is too much.
So it's just like, man, so besides this whole industry, genuine, like what are the possibilities of finding genuine Dominican chicks to just kick it with, chill, and just be on some some normal shit?
See, because you know what I think it is? I think it's gotta be like she gotta like you. You know what I'm saying? Because I think, like they said, they're thinking about money. They're thinking about taking care of their fams. They're thinking about making sure like they got their baby and their rent paid for, their hair paid for, so they can get more money, their clothes paid for, their little hats that they like to wear for some reason. They like to match their dresses with their sneakers for some, you know what I mean? They dress like, because I don't dress like that. I'm from New York, but bump swag. I'm wearing Dickies. Why? Because when they got stains on them, you wash them off and the stain goes away in like 2 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So I don't floss at all. You know what I mean? But the way they dress is total like New York, like media like style, like how they think New Yorkers are supposed to be like wearing well, except for the tight jeans, we stopped wearing that in New York. But but it's like, yo, you can't. All I'm gonna say is you can. You just have to, like he said, don't give up the cash first. Just have a good personality, talk to them, and then you got to be friends. You know what I'm saying? Because if they stick around you and you're not giving up cash and they just chill with you and you show you ain't got no money, then there's a reason why you around. Some of them will stick around just in case, but if they're there for like more than a week and you go in there and you're like, well, I don't have any money. And when you go into your pocket, because a lot of dudes be like, I don't have any money, but then they go into their pocket and the girl sees that wad and they just know, okay, I'm gonna get that wad.
Lying motherfucker.
You know what I'm saying? But if you go into your pocket and you got like 500 peso or whatever, and they see that's all you got and they still chilling with you, then you might have a good friend out there. She probably still selling that yaya, the taco, but but at least you got a friend.
Damn, that's. You want to get in on that one? Is that true?
What?
Yeah, is that true? Because you were dropping science, man. I learned a lot. I turned into Einstein.
I stepped out for a second, but as far as the way I guess they dress and how to actually get people around you that are genuine. So one thing about the way Dominican guys dress, they'll outdress you for less money. That's number one. And like that whole New York baller, this and this, that just makes you look like a Vic. And it might seem like Dominicans dress similar to New Yorkers, but it's slightly different. You know what I mean? There's one way that lets them know that, hey, you're a Vic. The other one is like, oh, you're cool, you got style, you're, papi chulo, so and so and so. One thing is down here, they wear jeans. It's like hot as fuck down here, but they got jeans and a shirt on. I'm dead serious.
Yeah, and the colors all match.
And you don't typically see them with shorts. So the jerseys and the shorts and stuff like that, that pretty much lets you know, oh, he's down here as a tourist. He's ready to spend money. So that's what they're going to come at you on. But, with the jeans and stuff like that, like I said, I can get mistaken as a Dominican based on how I dress and how I shape my hair up. And even if I let them know that I'm not a Dominican, they're like, okay, cool. So at least he kind of seems like he fits in a way. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Now, and like I said, it's not going to happen all the time because, of course, you're not Dominican. But at least some people will think that's interesting, and make comments about it like, hey, I thought you were Dominican or so and so. Also, what you said,
can I pause you real quick?
Sure.
We got my man Jay Paul up in the building. I just want to introduce y'all to him. He actually was the first dude that I did a Dominican interview with on my YouTube channel. So he's the man out there in the DR. And hey brother, I wish you was here when we first started. Man, James been dropping a lot of info, and we have his homegirl on the line too. So man, I wish you could have picked up when we first started, but you're here now, so you can give your input about the DR. But pretty much we just been talking about how the business comes to the women, and man, James been lacing us up. Let my man Jay Paul give his thoughts on the women in the pay for play zone about that. What do you think about that, man?
What do you guys want to know? Does anybody have any questions so far?
Well, I mean, James been telling us everything, but if we can stick to the topic. So the original topic was women being used by their husbands to pimp Americans for their money. So what are your thoughts on that, since you've been to the DR a lot of times? Huh?
Does that happen out there? Because like most of the women that I dealt with were not married. Girls, 20-year-old girls, they weren't married.
Laughing in the background. Somebody got boo boo the food or what?
Well, you know how it is. Like the older the chick is, the out there in Dominican Republic, I would say like the culture is somewhat Americanized and similar to America. The older she is, the
Hold on. Hey, hold on. We gotta keep the respect in the building. And if y'all not speaking, please mute your mic so I don't get all that hissing and shit like that. And we gonna let him speak. So just mute your mic, and I'll do as well. And let's just give us his thoughts on it. So mute your mic while he speaks and whatnot. Then y'all can give y'all little 2 cents in or whatnot. So. And you, J. Paul?
Yeah. So, what I was saying was, you know, when I was out there, you know, when I had my times when I was dealing with ladies out there, I did discover that there was an abundance of, you know, I guess like I had better chance on, you know, women out there that didn't have kids, and you know, I just had better luck out there, you know, a better dating experience, you know, because I guess because I was American, and then you know, like unlike you know me trying to date a 18 or 19-year-old girl here, you know, a better chance when doing it out there in Dominican Republic. One, because you know you know, you're American, you got a passport, and of course, you know, the females, they practice the hypergamy thing, you know. So if you watch videos on that, you know, then you'll probably understand. But yeah, I had better chances and better dating experience when I got out there. Now, what was uh,
You were cutting in and out, or maybe my connection was kind of bad. What was your question, or what did you say?
Yeah. So, you know, me and Aisha kind of disagree with that. But the only reason why we disagree is because we live here, so we get to see it 24/7. We get to see that, you know, a lot of these girls put on the fronts that they don't have boyfriends. And this goes from 18 all the way up to like 43. You know what I mean? I mean, not 43, but I mean, I've had experiences with the 43. But I mean, like these girls, their so-called friends, guy friends, or the brother or the cousins are usually the boyfriends, but they stay out of the picture because money is involved. Listen, these girls were working. An example is I've sat at a table, you know, chilling with, you know, my old MVP as she was on the phone with her Western Union boyfriend saying, "Oh, I miss you, this is this." He made about 6 calls to different dudes, just pretty much ran game on them. But I get to see a different perspective because I live here. So some people might feel a little bit more comfortable with it. You know what I mean? But like if you're just visiting, what they show you is a lot different, you know? And like I said, I'm not saying that you're necessarily wrong, but it's just like the perspective of living here versus visiting. I get to actually see them work the whole 24 hours. The chulo pick them up at 3 o'clock in the morning. You know, the barrios that they live in, that whole type of thing.
Yeah, the front house looking flossy, but the side rooms looking grizzly.
Hey, J. Paul, is that your mic giving us all that damn hissing? That shit's insane. When someone else is speaking, just mute your mic, or we don't get that interference with me. I just have a big pet peeve on fucking mic hissing. But when you want to speak, just unmute your mic if you can or whatnot.
Yeah, that was my fault. I was watching this. I forgot what their names are, but the dude that made Get Out, you know, he's with that other dude. I forgot the name of their like little team.
Jordan Peele.
Yeah. So they was at a restaurant and they just asked for a human foot, and I just fell out laughing. I was like, oh my God, it was hilarious.
The hell?
You guys, I shared it out on my page. It was funny. Yeah, man. So I'm glad that these peeps are dropping these jewel, because like, yo, That's knowledge that peeps need to hear, because you go down there and you may not, you may go there saying, you can't turn no hoe into a housewife. I ain't giving them jack. And then they put it on you, boy. They put it on you.
Oh yeah, but hey, who knows though? But it's like, look, we've all been bamboozled. You know, it's like a newbie's experience, man. When you new to the game, you don't know what to expect. So I just say take it as an experience. You know, not even a bad experience, because it happens to most of the people. You know, so it just learn from it and just try to share the knowledge. And you know, for those that are bamboozling people, just step up their game a little bit. You know, it's nothing but a game. You know, it's like who go win the game or not. Simple. James pretty much
out there. Are you guys living out there? And how long have you guys been living out there? And out of the time that I was living out there, I haven't come across myself being in a situation where I was, you know, being pimped. I mean, had some girl being pimped to me, you know, to try and get money out of me. I haven't come across that situation. Now, don't get me wrong, you know, I did have my tricking moments a lot of times, because you know, that's just the way the country is. That's a part of it.
Aisha,
preach it, brother.
Country? So Aisha's lived in this country for 5 years. So she's worked in the hotels. She's been pretty much heard everything all the chicas have said. You know what I mean? She's seen everything from, you know, guys taking care of babies that they thought were theirs to just a whole bunch of crazy stuff. I've been here since August, but I've been coming before that. But like I said, because I pretty much stay in the streets, I get to see pretty much everything, from the girl at the grocery store that, you know, sells a little bit of something on the side, to, you know, the lawyer that, you know, hey, that sells a little bit of something on the side. But like I said, not everything's like grim and, you know, grisly. Not everything's bad, but you do get to see a lot of people have the American boyfriend and the Dominican boyfriend. And, you know, you get to see different things because you actually get to live here. And, you know, you because you have friends that are in the streets, or friends that are workers, they might be comfortable telling you things or showing you stuff that, hey, a tourist might not be. Like I said, I've had incidents where, hey, I hung out with somebody where, okay, she had her boyfriend and her girlfriend, because she had two people that she, you know, kind of pimped her out, because she was bisexual. She had a boyfriend and a girlfriend, and she pretty much sells herself so they can go gamble at the local casino. But I mean, I've literally seen it all. I've known what to look out for the quote unquote, you know, like I said, the moto conchos that, you know, drive them around. That, you know, hey, the moto concho will tell you one price, but really for her, the moto concho ride's free. He's just pretty much waiting there until she gets done so he can collect the money. Like I said, I've seen everything from the taxi driver to, like, you know, like I said, I've seen it all because, you know, I live here, and she's seen more than me because, like I said, she's been working in the hotel industry, you know, for what, 5 years? 4. Well, she's been working there for 4 years, but she's been living here for 5 years. And, you know, like I said, we've seen crazy stuff, like literally almost on the daily. And like, I've seen pretty much everything that you can imagine. Like I said, I've hung out with people while they're on the phone, pretty much calling guys for money. And I'm sitting there, and I actually kind of, you know, I'm not proud to say this, but I actually helped a couple out and say, hey, no, don't get that phone, get this phone, because that's more obtainable for you, so and so and so and so. So, I mean,
that nigga plotting on a scheme.
I'm sorry. Hey.
I'm just playing. So, man.
So like I said, you know, I mean, I remember we had an incident today where, you know, she was actually warning me about, like, hey, don't mess up certain people's hustles. Like, I was actually trying to, you know, some American brothers down here, you know, and they had a Dominican guy who was, hey, he was their quote unquote tour guide who was supposed to help them with girls, but really he was getting a cut from the girls for, you know, convincing them to pay inflated prices.
Mm-hmm.
The brothers didn't know. They trusted him because he spoke English, but at the same time he was ripping them off with the girls. You know?
Wow.
So I mean, like I said,
I had a dude like that because I wanted to see what he was gonna do. His name was Ramon. It was funny, but I chill with him all day. And I was like, yo, this is worth it because I'm getting to see like a lot of different stuff. And I want to tell you, kid, he took me into houses and he just screamed out, Mujeres, Mujeres, and all these girls would come out of nowhere. And I start laughing. And they'd be like, you want to come? Like, nah. Let's go someplace else. And he was showing me all the different spots. I was like, wow, kid. He was like, yo, we go into different hotels. He'd be like, yo, this is where they live. This is this. He was showing me places I could rent for the month. He was actually a cool tour guide, but he was worth every penny. But I know if I would have did it, he'd have done the same thing because every girl knew this kid. I was like, God damn, even the cops knew this dude. I was like,
I never saw myself having this problem though, because like every time I go out there, I never like went to other guys to find women for me because I speak Spanish. I lived out there for 2 years. I speak Spanish. I was always like, I wouldn't have to go to no other guy. But I do believe that this type of activity is actually happening though, because you know, I just recently had one of the girls that I know in Dominican Republic. I smashed her out there, and then
that boy has a whole connection.
And you know, I'm going over there, and you know, we kicking it, we doing what we do. And she got a boyfriend, so I wouldn't run it past y'all.
But the one
quick question. Can I pause you?
Yeah, go ahead.
Gangzilla is trying to join us. If you guys know how to join by the app, how do you do that shit? Because I'm logged in on my computer, but do any of you guys know how to log in once I send you the invite through your Hangouts app?
Yeah, I'm on the app right now. All you got to do is click the
So
link.
how do you do it? That's what I keep telling Gangzilla. What the fuck, man? He says it's not working.
Unless it's trying to open up a web page instead of. You know what I'm saying?
Tell him again. So you just click the link and it'll take you to the app, and you'll be able to just join in through the app.
Yeah, it'll when you click the link, it'll take you to a page. It'll say like, do you agree? Or do you consent to the terms? When you hit OK, just joins the call.
Okay.
Hey,
all right. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna send you a Facebook article on Facebook real quick. Something that just happened back in January, where a guy that married a woman, a Dominican girl, set him up, had the people run up in his house and chop his body up and bury it in Santiago.
That's crazy.
So hold on, let me.
What happened? This article?
What?
Oh, share that with the group, fam. I want to read this.
Was this an American guy or what?
What?
Gotta be. Was it an American? They got cut up.
German.
Oh.
The link. Damn, this dude, man. Just click
send me
the
link
link.
to that, man. What? I mean, was it an American guy or what?
It was a German.
Oh, okay. Well, you know, that ain't got nothing to do.
That boy is cutthroat.
But here's the thing.
Cold-blooded.
It happens to Americans too. So it's not just, hey, it happened to these guys. It's not going to happen to us. Like, I feel like we need to kind of get that, like, oh, well, we're tough and this and this and this. Because remember, we're in their country. These motherfuckers carry shotguns all the time.
Damn.
Machetes, like, out in the open. So, I mean, we can be tough, but a shotgun blast, you're not Superman. So, I mean, unless they got some type of training that, can allow you to withstand shotgun blasts. But,
doing that magic Shaw Brothers Kung Fu.
Man,
But
that's
real talk.
ridiculous, man.
That's why I don't travel. When I go to other countries, I never go by myself. I always try to have a group with me, especially when you're going somewhere that's
traveling with people, man, because it's like you take a bunch of guys out there that don't know what the fuck they doing, and
they act a fool.
If you're more experienced, and you wind up getting girls, and then your dudes is left with no girls, and you fucking bitches, but they ain't, and it makes me feel kind of bad. It makes you feel bad, you know. So
yeah, but in the Dominican Republic, that's never going to happen. They always going to find one girl. There's no way you could not find a girl there,
especially if you're paying.
Word. Drop $1 down. You'll have like 10 of them running up to you.
Always have that one guy that just he's having a hard time, and you gotta pleasures to the side so that he can have a good time too. You know, if you
I'm actually sending
you people.
Yeah, I got the links. I got it.
But these are actually multiple ones. So these aren't all the same guy. But you know, like I said, this happens a lot, particularly the Germans, but this also happens to Americans too. I mean, this guy's body was found in Santiago. He owned a farm here. His wife tried to take, his farm. She had a Dominican boyfriend. All of them run up at his house and pretty much kill him. But you see bodies wash up and, crap happen all the time. But as a tourist, you might not hear about it. But like I said, it's different living here. Because you get to hear about the motherfuckers that get their head, pretty much they get blown away. You know what I mean? All the time. But like I said, tourism, like when I was here as a tourist, I didn't see all that. But like being here, like you see some crazy stuff. Like you walk around, you see people with machetes. You see kids with swinging machetes all the time. You see girls that, have, scars on their face, on the sides of their bodies because they like to fight and throw acid on each other and like cut each other with hot razors and stuff like that.
Yeah, those
like I said, it's nothing for somebody to kill you over 50 pesos. So, like, they don't care if you're from New York, Chi-Town, or whatever. 5 motherfuckers run up on you with a shotgun. The whole game changes. The whole game changes. I don't care how tough you are. You can be Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, they got their shit out there too. Don't run it past them. They got burners out there, and it's easy to get a gun out there too. All you got to do is just know who to talk to and have the money.
Yeah. It's a game out here. I mean, it's not a game out here.
And possibly get away with murder out there too, like I was telling him in the beginning. You just gotta have the right price.
Have the money. The police are corrupt in Dominican Republic. Like if you shoot somebody and take somebody's life, and the police find you, the police will probably, and if the police know that you're an American or a foreigner, before the police even lock you up, they're gonna ask you for money.
Damn.
Money first to get your money out of you.
Damn.
But let me ask you this: like how it was in Cambo, there was no crime that happened without the cops knowing it was going to happen before it happened. Most of the time, they were called before the crime was committed, so that the criminals could get away with it. Oh, that's a good question.
Who out there sending chats? Hold on. I just got them little chats in. Let me see.
Word, like what city do y'all live in?
We live in Tua right now. I previously lived in Cabrera, but like I said, I don't like giving out too much information about like personal stuff.
Oh, no doubt.
That's kind of crazy, but yeah, she was just putting me out.
Cabaret's for the East.
Why we don't want to end up like that certain dude that got thrown in jail in Costa Rica. He'll go unnamed, but like I said, putting too much information out there can get you some serious jail time.
Mm.
On some trumped up charges too. So like I said.
Now, why did you pick the DR to move to though?
Very close. really good spot. You know, great weather except for right now when it's raining. But
were you there when all that flood happened?
Yeah, like it's flooding right now as we speak.
Yeah, that's what my homegirl's sister said. The river was over flooding, and I was like, "Did it get into your house?" And she was like, "No, thank God." I was like, "Wow,
that's crazy."
Well, hey James, I never even asked you in the beginning. Why are you in the DR? Just you live there permanently, or are you there like a work visa or something?
Permanently, and the reason why is because I don't want to live in the United States. The United States, there's nothing going on there.
But now, how did you get there to live there permanently, though? Or you did the visa thing?
Yeah.
Cool.
Damn, he's on it, huh? You are a lucky brother. That boy is. He's living that life, man.
Word.
God.
Making me think I gotta go back to Cambo, man. Ugh. Get out of Dodge.
Cambodia. Yeah, but I mean, I think that's really cool that you're a Haitian friend. Your homegirl, she dropped a lot of knowledge, and I really appreciate that.
Take another like
I don't shit about Haiti. I don't know shit about the Dominican Republic. You know, soy burro a veces. Entonces, si yo necesito demasiado información porque no sé, me gusta estudiar.
Girls, man, y'all
happen.
I think he got cut off.
Hospitality.
Man, that's y'all Wi-Fi signal in the DR is. You keep cutting in and out.
Well, you know what happened? You know what happened though when I at the one of the spots I stayed in, I was able to live stream at their Wi-Fi.
Oh yeah.
So it depends on, I guess, the kind of Wi-Fi, because I think they're using their cell phones maybe or something like that.
Yeah. Like, damn, I know Mexico is bad on Wi-Fi, but damn, shit, I get that buffer. Y'all get that buffer delay in the DR. Damn, with the windmill spin on it.
Yeah,
so
I was in.
I'm just clowning now.
When I was in TJ that week, man, it was so hard for me to, because I was there during the work week and I was trying to work still. I was trash. I wanted to. Where I was so pissed off, but you can't do nothing about it because everywhere you go is the same.
That shit sucks, man. Like congested with a ton of people or what? Like it's just a lot of people on
it's that orange.
The network in the DR.
It's that orange or whatever the other one is. You know, I think what's the two popular ones? They got orange and some. I think it starts with a C. I forgot the other one. But you know they
orange a fruit.
No, that's the name of the company, the telephone company.
Oh, Clear.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I stepped away. So you guys are talking about Orange and Claro? Yeah, we have
the name of the company is Cloud.
Two main phone companies here, Orange and Claro. Oh yeah, what's the third one?
And who is that in the background?
Vivo.
Actually, it's 4 if we count Trico.
Well, if you count Trico?
Yes,
all right, yeah.
Because I use Vivo.
What's up? I'm trying to get them Creole lessons though. What's happening?
Yeah.
I'm Creole, man. Fucking learn how to talk to your damn people, man. Oh yeah, I do have a question. I mean, I'm trying to be respectful as possible, but lesbian, right? Or no? Or did I catch that wrong?
She is not a lesbian. Trust me, she is not a lesbian.
Damn. Okay.
Hey, I don't discriminate. Hey, I would just, it just came across my mind because
I'm a lesbian, actually. I'm not a lesbian at all.
Are you bisexual?
Neither.
She likes dick.
It's all good. Welcome to my channel, brothers. Keep it raw and uncut. Because like I said again,
I'm not bisexual either. But if I do gonna have a threesome, I will not say no.
Not yet. Nah, James, you are the man, brother. You know I'll be coming out there very soon when I get my damn passport. You know this, but in TJ, they the flight goes directly to Puerto Plata, so I might have to take that route.
Can I ask a question, guys?
Yeah,
why they think I'm a lesbian? Actually, well, almost everybody think I'm a lesbian.
Well, are you a dyke?
I think you thought you said earlier.
Because there's different types of lesbians.
She's not a lesbian. She is actually very gorgeous.
Why do you think I'm a lesbian? Why? Because I do
Screenshot.
No,
Video script. All right, let's play this. If we show our face for 5 seconds, you show your face for 5 seconds. Deal?
There's reasons behind that though.
Okay, I got you. All right, we go keep it.
You can check on my
discreet.
if you want to.
Yeah, you can check on our face. Or me and you we do private video, but there's reasons behind it.
I got you. Yeah, I understand. No worries. Loud and clear. I got you, brother.
But question: why they think I'm a lesbian? That's what I want to do.
You told me you were a lesbian in the beginning of the conversation.
I said people think I'm a lesbian.
Yeah, she said people think she's a lesbian.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, she said because she don't want to get the D.
My bad.
I use my hair very short always, actually.
Which type of lesbian? Because I don't know. Out here in California, there's different types of lesbians. There's a butch, which acts like the man in the relationship, or then you have the pretty ass lesbian, which she's straight.
Well, when I was at the hotel I was working before, a lot of guys used to think I was a lesbian because I used to send a lot of them to go fuck themselves. That's all.
Okay. I mean, like I said, hey, I'm cool with lesbians. Hey, I'm just saying though.
Can be very disrespectful. Sometimes they just came, oh damn, you have a big ass. How much? I'm like, excuse me.
Damn, like that.
But you know,
that
but
boy,
you gotta
dang, you the man out there.
But you gotta remember that's how it is. And most of the girls they probably found
with my uniform working. So you can come to me just like, how much? I'm like, excuse me? Oh, don't worry. Oh, you have a pretty ass. So I will give you something extra. I said, the only things I can give you extra is beat your balls. So what are we gonna do about that?
Yeah, like I said, not every woman in this country is for sale. Like you have women of high caliber like her. Like I said,
you'd be surprised.
Her has a college degree, speaks 4 languages, extremely intelligent. Outside of the school. I mean,
getting them brownie points in. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, I don't know. They've been grabbing my ass sometimes. And I used to have to kick a lot of men's ass.
Damn, that's that Haitian pride right there, huh?
Yeah. I myself. I slapped that guy the first time I came to Susua. I was on vacation from work, and I went to Classico to see. I was with my friends. So that guy just came in, grabbed my ass. So I turned and I just slapped his face. I said, yo, don't fucking touch my ass, bitch. So, okay. I don't even forget about that situation. So I was at work, and by coincidence, the same guy came at the hotel where I was working. So he was looking at me like, he said, you know what? I think I see you somewhere. I said, well, I'm working in a hotel, so I imagine you do see me. Is your first time here or something? He said, no. Have you been in Sosua in those days? I said, yeah, so we could go. He said, you gonna slap me? I said, you don't touch my ass. I'm not gonna slap you. Now I remember who you are.
Damn. Them Haitian is aggressive, huh?
I'm not aggressive. He grabbed my ass without asking me.
So if he asked you, would you let it be okay?
No. She's not a prostitute.
Yo, bro, I'm just asking little Simple question. That boy chime in before she chime in. Like, man, I'm just saying, no, ain't nothing too serious.
Yeah, no
That's
way.
funny. Hold on.
Come and grab my ass.
I'm out here playing with my camera. Can you guys see me or no?
Yes, I can see
Yeah,
you.
I can see you,
Yeah,
Jay.
I'm playing with my Logitech camera.
You go in and out for me, but it
What's
Yeah.
works.
happening? You know what it is? You know, soy negrito grande arriba Mexico y la
Oye,
Ana,
tú eres
la
científico ahora.
haitiana.
Papá,
You
¿dónde
might
tú estás
not be
ahora?
disrespectful to us, man. How old is he? So how old are you? You're not that Asian, so I can ask you that question.
¿Qué piensas?
No. Let me see. Hold on one
Tengo,
second. Let me get out of that thing.
hold on.
No, 29, 30 or something?
Damn.
30,
Oh, you're 30.
30.
So you like Mexico? You like the taco al pastor?
No entiendo eso.
What? You living in Mexico? You don't know the pastor tacos?
Me
You
gustan
don't.
los tacos, pero las otras cosas no entiendo. Me gustan
Al
otras
pastor. Okay.
cosas, pues.
The next time you're gonna eat a taco in Mexico, just ask them for tacos al pastor. You will see. It's great. That's the best one.
That must be like I don't know. I've never heard that in here
Oh, what part
in
of
TJ.
Mexico actually? You say, excuse me.
Excuse me. Sorry.
Let me see. I do have another question about Haiti though. I mean, I don't know if you're able to answer this, but what I've been
Oh, another.
noticing, not only Haiti, of foreign, a lot of immigrants,
Mm,
they travel like a lot of the men, but the women left behind, like the for all the immigrants, like even the fucking it's just in general, man. Like for example, in San Diego, in California, we have a lot of Middle Easterns or a lot of Persians, um, Indians, whatever you call them. It's always the fucking dudes, but like, where's the women at? Like, and it's same thing with all the Haitians too, though. Out here in Mexico, it's like the only Haitians you'll see are the guys, but there's no women. Weird to me.
oh, because
That
actually, guys, Asian guys immigrate more than women did because sometimes the women have kids and they just sometimes don't want to leave the country without the kids. Or sometimes they are here, they're
mm,
taking care of the kids in the house. Because almost all
mm-hmm,
Asian women who have a husband always like to be in the house. You know, Asian guys use the old type, like the woman have to be in the house to clean, take care of the kids, and give pussy every time they want to. That's the
mm.
way it is. Women don't hang out too much. But Haitian
But
women don't hang that much because of the kids sometimes. Especially.
so when that disaster had hit, like the Hurricane Matthew, I believe, for all the
Yeah.
Haitians that hit by Hurricane, did
Oh, that was
to or no?
um, that was the Haitian from Mukai. It doesn't was a big part in Haiti who
Hold
been
on, hold
talking.
on, hold on. My bad. Hold on. Let me. Hold on. Bueno, hola, ¿cómo estás?
No.
Estoy en mi casa. Perdóname, disculpe ustedes. So yeah, so were you affected by Hurricane Matthew?
No, not at all. I don't came from Mukai. I came from Jatmel actually.
You came from where?
Jatmel. Actually, the hurricane Matthew touched Mukai a lot. That's what the part
Mm,
that in Haiti will get fucked up.
okay. That's
He
cool.
touched the
Damn.
part in Haiti where almost all Asian women don't deal with people who came from there, especially the men, because they are very cheap, very tacaños. They are motherfuckers.
Damn.
Yes, in
Damn.
Haiti,
Because I was thinking like I felt bad because even though that shit happened, it's like okay, a lot of you guys have lost your homes, um, and you guys have fled to different countries and whatnot. But what happens to the land there? Because of course, or in corporate America, let me rephrase it. When things like that happen, a lot of investors with a lot of money start to buy up these lands and these territories for a cheap price. So he like I don't know. So I'm just
actually,
wondering.
in China, not that way. They don't sell those lands and stuff. I remember the minister actually when they first came in Haiti, they was trying to buy a lot of land there, but they couldn't because
Mm,
Asian people are just crazy.
mm,
Because they know if they build a house,
hey,
they'll burn the house or put fire or something. So they even try to do it.
and that's all. That's all. But for some reason, it might sound fucked up. Sorry, but it seemed like of Haiti just have bad luck, but some damn good people out there. I haven't experienced them yet, my experiences,
Haiti
but
are very
I know
bad
there's some damn good people out there. But it's like the location, the geographical location is just bad luck. Like a lot of shit happens, like hurricanes, earthquakes, like man, the disasters.
yeah, well, the country is crazy how the people who live there are crazy also too. Because Asians
Mm,
are just. I'm Asian actually, yes, and I love my country and all that stuff. But I have to admit it, we are just fucked up.
damn.
We are just crazy. It's for real because some Asians just destroy their own country.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give you a simple example. When they have a president, by example, the president built a hotel or something like that. So you went to the hotel when you're doing your manifestation and stuff like that. You burned the hotel. Who's gonna lose? The government is the one who have the money. So you're gonna eat shit, and the people from the government are gonna still stay rich. You burn the gas station for what? You're gonna lose, not them. But they just
That's
like
true.
yes, because when they want to destroy do some crazy shit like Aristide and this woman been doing, he just went by Cité Soleil by example. They know in Cité Soleil the people are so poor living there, so they can give them like 500 good and something like that. They will kill their own mom for that price. So just to start burning stuff, do crazy stuff. That's sad, but
Damn.
that's what it is.
So let me bring up another question that a lot of my viewers or my audience might have for you, especially their first time going to the Dominican Republic. And my man Jay Paul can probably answer this too, though. But I want to ask you first, being a Haitian that lives in the Dominican Republic. So if a guy goes down there and he just wants to chill with a girl the whole entire day, everything that you told me is based on money, but is it possible that it can turn into something genuine down the line? Like, what are the possibilities in your opinion?
It's gonna have to learn to choose also. Because you know already if you choose a woman walking on the street,
Mm-hmm.
how is gonna so sometimes guys prefer like start hanging out with a girl who have a job already because even they're still gonna have to pay for it, but it's not gonna be how crazy it will be if they do take a bitch from the streets. Simple as that.
Hold on, let me
Because
fix
the
my
woman
camera.
has a job, plus if she's a educated Dominican woman, so they still like the money, but it's not gonna be the same thing.
Mm.
That's the only thing I can say. But you find a girl walking on the street with her short dress, showing her ass and stuff like that. You know how the day gonna finish after that. When they spend the day together, you know she's gonna wanna cut your head because she will say, "I spent the all day with you, and that all day we can have like 5 clients. So you're gonna pay me for my time."
So it's always about time out there, then, right? Like, there's
Yeah, because
nothing
they try
genuine.
to fuck with you already and get another dick. Hell, that's all.
Damn,
So
it's all about puro sexo, nada más, ¿verdad?
exactly, you finish to fuck them the time you take to go get the money. They all dressed up already,
Mhm.
okay, waiting for the money. Even they are so nice with you and all that stuff. Try to don't give them anything. You will see. What, you're not gonna pay me for that money? You're gonna see the demons comes out.
Damn. So my man J Paul, can you respond on that on what she just said?
After J Paul, the only thing
Experiences.
I can tell you, find a woman who have a job or something like this. It will be more comfortable for you.
Mm. J Paul, you still there? Chat room, brother.
You know.
Maybe his Wi-Fi connection or something. Well, Rob, you Rob, well, MG, you said you've been there though, right?
Yeah, a few times.
So agree on, or how's your experience on that on what she just said?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was talking to the homegirl down there, setting her free. So, but well, I'll tell you like this, right? It is all a money game and all that good stuff. And if they think that you a good meal ticket, they'll be afraid to lose you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Ticket.
like she's, but you know that's what they are. They got to eat. You know what I mean?
That's
I've been to these people's houses. Some of these chicks they got nice houses, but some of these chicks they don't. But they see the other chicks that do. You know what I'm saying? And
like a
it's not.
competition.
Yeah, and it's not like they got face out there, but you don't want to be the broke chick of the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? And people, it's
Mm-hmm.
almost like people will look at you like you stupid if you real pretty and you don't have money. You know what I'm saying? So because
Yeah,
I
that's true.
understand the game and I understand the hustle from their side too. It's just interesting to me. So I involve myself in it to see where it goes because it's like taking like a ride down the Grand Canyon.
It's like it's a game.
It's funny. So if you look at it like that, you don't really have anything to worry about it too much because it's interesting. But you know, I mean, some of them know because you know they can't always find a D real quick like that. You know what I'm saying? So if it's a
Mm-hmm.
hard night, I remember there was one time I was waiting for Chick to come back, and and I was on the corner because this dude from the US he wanted to go to this place to go look at the fight. But I went a little
Uh-huh.
bit late in the place where he said to go. It wasn't showing a fight; it was showing something else. So I stayed on the
Mm-hmm.
corner, and I got propositioned so many times. I'm laughing, and I'm talking to him because it's interesting to me. And I've like heard all the different situations. I'm like, yeah. My whole excuse is usually, nah, I'm old. I don't have any more power, kid. I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
But they're like, I don't care, yada yada yada. But you know,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like you all say, it's you can find some good ones, but if you're there just to like you know take care of business, then you go there, take care of business. Don't try to turn a hoe into a housewife. Like I told one dude because one dude did say that, and I explained to him like the phrase is kind of weird because there's a lot of hoes that are housewives now, but their husbands don't know that they were hoes. So you have to turn a hoe into a housewife after she decides to get out the game. But you are never going to convince them to get out the game by yourself. Like you ain't super D. You know what I'm saying? So
I
just
feel you.
just take it as it is, what they give you. When they start giving you their sob stories, you tell them your sob stories. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got problems, girl. You know
It's
what I
an
mean?
equal share, huh?
Word. You know what I mean? I was trying to. Oh, word. Your house is messed up. You lost your roof, man. Yo, I was having
Like,
struggling paying
damn,
my
mine
cell phone
too,
bill.
man.
Yeah, you know, I was bump that. Tell the truth, I was struggling paying my cell phone bill. I wanted these sneakers, but I couldn't afford it because I came down here. Word, your family don't have nothing to
Broke
eat.
ass nigga. I'm gonna have
I'd
to
be
kick him
like
to the
this,
curb.
yo. But see, it's not like that because they know if they give up the game so easily, another girl's gonna come and she might get you before, especially in Sasua, because there are just so many of them. My God, they're everywhere. And if they said Boca Chica, there's even, well, Boca Chica's I think is more expensive than Sasua, but like,
Yes.
like if there's more, but I think like I didn't see any like at night in Sasua, the police the police are ready to arrest them basically. So you'd see them like, oh, they trying to get into Classico, they trying to get into the bar next to Classico, they trying to get off the street because you got the patrolman on the corner and you don't know if tonight's going to be the night that they're just going to start rounding girls up and stuff like that. So it was mad. It's interesting, you know what I mean? Because I'm not gonna say I've been to Sasua a lot. I only went there like one time, but I stayed there like for a few days. And because I had that dude showing me around, right, it was real interesting because he took me to a beautiful hotel to see, like, he was like, yo, you could stay here. And it was like you walked into the hotel, and as soon as you opened up the door, you just saw like the pool and the ocean. And I was like, wow, things that I wouldn't ever have seen. You know what I'm saying? Because I wouldn't have went into the hotel anyway. It was kind of off the beaten path anyway, but I wouldn't have went in there. But there were so many nice things to see. And sometimes because, you know, a lot of people say, oh, you got to find foreigners, yada, yada, yada. Take a chance. Go with the dude who's going to hustle you for some money. But take as much as you're but take as much as you're willing to get hustled for with you. You know what I'm saying? And be careful. Don't do it in the dark. Do it in the daytime. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes we were walking all over the place. He was like, yo, you want to take a motorcycle? And I eventually took a motorcycle because even I was tired after all the walk. I was like, I can't walk no more. This joint is, man. He took me all the way down. It was near it's a real popular hotel that he was trying to tell me about, called Secreto or some crap like that. I was like, I ain't staying here. That's crazy. Park a car inside and go up the stairs. Nah, that's all right.
So, those things are correct though. Those hits right down the street.
Oh, damn! Then you live far away from. Oh, wait. So you must live in that housing complex, which is there where he took me to as well. He took me to this housing complex to. I don't know why he took me there. We went inside this house, and they were like, you know, oh, she'll gonna make a good wife, yada yada. I was like, can she cook? Does she play video games? You know, my two criterias. And then he started reading the Bible, and they all kind of started like saying, wow, that's pretty good. He kept going on and on and on. It's a real, because he was like, I used to live here and all this stuff like that. But he was a real, like, he had good street smarts. You know what I mean? I respected his game. You know what I'm saying? I respected his hustle because he took me to this restaurant because, like, I say it like this, and it's probably not true because I didn't stay there long enough. But when you walk up from, I guess, what's the hotel I stayed at? I freaking forgot the name. But anyway, the block of Classico, right? If you walk down to the corner and there's a corner restaurant, when you go past there, I don't know, I just called it like Little Haiti or whatever like that, because that's like Haitians was like over there, right? But there are restaurants there where you can get real Dominican food. Just take that Pepto-Bismol before you eat that stuff because you don't want to catch nothing, right? So, and it was mad cheap. Like, we bought a dope meal. For both of us, it cost like less than $5. I was like, God damn, what? He was like, word, I'll hook you up, my brother. I was like, yeah, you did. You know what I mean? It was cool living there. And then, you know, you go to Puerto Plata and there are other places that you could stay, which is a little bit easy on your game if you don't want to live the dangerous life. But really, Sasua, you know, I don't think you're really going to find like a normal chick. You know what I'm saying? It'll be real difficult because there's so many girls just walking up and down the street taking care of business that where are you going to find these chicks? In the hair salon? You know what I mean? And as we know, they go to the hair salon to get their hair done too. You know what I'm saying? So you don't know, you know what I mean? You can do the WhatsApp. Well, you gotta know them first for WhatsApp, but you can do the Dominican Cupid thing, I guess. But most of the girls, you know, that are gonna mean anything are gonna be like in freaking like Santo Domingo or some crap like that down south. You know what I'm saying? But the girls up north, because you gotta remember, Puerto Plata, they ain't got no jobs out there for them peeps. So Sua, if you don't have a profession, you done, son. There's no job. I looked. There's no jobs out there. Nothing. I couldn't find nothing for this chick to do. I was like, well, look like you going back to the farm, kid. There ain't nothing. Yo, and I looked. I was like, they don't even got real supermarkets out there unless. And the other thing is sometimes I like that part of the Dominican Republic, because that's the part I've been to, reminds me of Cambodia like a lot, except smaller, like Phnom Penh, because the peeps are a little bit on the lazy side. They don't want to travel that far from their house to get a job. You know what I'm saying? Where like in New York, you'll travel like an hour to get to work. Philippines, you'll travel an hour to get to work sometimes. In Cambo, peeps used to tell me, oh, you know, dang, you want me to drive 15 minutes on my motorcycle? That's far. I'm like, that's far. The first day I got my bike, I was on my bike for like 4 hours. You know what I mean? Or actually probably more. I had this girl call me up talking about, did you eat yet? I was like, nah, I'm getting lost and I'm finding my way back home. It's fun. She was like, you better get something to eat. You know what I'm saying? And it was like that. I'd be like, yo, you could look for this place for a job. She was like, nah, that's too far from my house. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, that ain't that far. You easy. I mean, I could understand some parts of what she's saying, that the amount of pay that they would give me would basically just be the cost of me going there and coming back, and I wouldn't have any money. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times the allure of getting quick and a lot of, it's actually not quick all the time, but the allure of making more money is there. So what choice do they have? You know what I'm saying? And it's different than what the dudes say here, where it's like, you know, I ain't gonna flip burgers for like $11.99 because what they're doing isn't illegal. You know what I'm saying? So when they do what they do, it's almost like they're taking advantage of what they have to get more. You know what I'm saying? And the dudes have to come down there with the mindset. Huh?
Hey, I'm about to drop off, but good night, guys.
Yo, thank you for the science, man.
But yeah, we'll definitely do another, I guess, video about another topic sometime soon.
Anyway, it was nice to talk to them, guys.
Word. Okay. Nice to find out you're not lesbian. Good. See you later.
Yeah.
All right.
I appreciate the knowledge.
Word.
All right, brother.
That case. Like I say, I don't like vibrators. And I don't like pussy neither.
Yeah, that's a lot of info.
Gracias. Cuídate mucho y duérmete bien.
So I'm gonna have to just tell the group when I'm going down, just so I can say what's up to them. If I make it to Sasua and don't just stand for the bladder, but we'll see.
Peace. I'm out.
Peace, y'all.
All right, so I guess connection, but we can still chop it up. But I want to thank all of my.
Oh, go ahead, because I was like, let's set up the next one.
Just pretty much peace out all of my visitors and all my audience. So you already know who it is, Negrito Grande. Thanks for joining. I hope y'all learned something. I'm with my man MG, with my man Malik. And hopefully, man, y'all can join us on the next one too. We try to encourage y'all to, travel out and, just, man, enjoy yourselves out there in the different countries. So, again, you can reach me on Facebook. Type in, Negrito Grande or Black Man in Mexico in Google. I'm like all over the page and whatnot. So, yeah, man, drop those comments below. Don't be cheap and donate, man. I'm putting in work out here for y'all. So yeah, and make sure y'all subscribe too, though. All right.